It is the last race for the nationwide cars in the CORA Sunday Money Series until the end of the season in June. And tonight, big stakes on the line for a lot of drivers, not only looking to walk away with a big lead coming out of the nationwide series, but also looking to solidify their place in the chase for the CORA Cup. What's going to happen on track? Anything can goes here at Talladega Super Speedway. It's the big monster, home of the Collisionworx Express 101, tonight on LSRTV. Good evening, race fans. Joe Cortez joining you in the booth. Carl Young wandering around somewhere on track, and Jason Stout joining us down on pit road tonight. Jason, this is your LSRTV, your second race here on LSRTV, but I think you've definitely picked the right race to join in on. Going to be a lot of fun racing, especially from your vantage point down on pit road.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be real exciting. They're going to put on a whale of a show here tonight.
Talladega Super Speedway, the place to be tonight. We've only seen this racetrack once before in this season, and that was in the opening. We will get to that though later in the show. Right now, let's go ahead and take it down trackside for tonight's opening ceremonies.
Good evening, race fans. CORA Championship Online Racing Association proudly presents the Sunday Money Series. The Sunday Money Series is being brought to you by Cole's Wheelboard Truck Center, Redwood Falls, Minnesota. Berkey Painting and Sandblasting, a quality job at a fair price, Redwood Falls, Minnesota. Hurley Property Maintenance, when you want the job done right, Kingston, Ontario. Dale Smalley Drywall, the finish is what counts. Sophia, North Carolina. Small Town Computers, serving Midwestern Michigan. SH&D Trucking, Elburn, Illinois. Collisionworx and Collisionworx Auto Body Express, making friends by accident in Memphis, Tennessee. Now at this time, ladies and gentlemen, please rise, and gentlemen, remove your caps, as the Reverend Rusty Dent will deliver our invocation.
Dear Lord, let us pray. We want to thank you, Lord, for all we have. Dear Lord, we ask you that you protect those men and women who serve us both here and abroad. And oh Lord, we give thanks to those who have served us and have given that ultimate sacrifice that we may enjoy the liberties that we have today. And oh Lord, we ask you that you give these drivers the skill and the good internet connection so that we may be given a race like no other. Lord, we ask you that our racing give us the green-white checkers that we so deserve, and that we may enjoy an exciting race to the finish we all want to see. Lord, may you heighten the senses and protect these drivers so that they can give us a three-wide door-banging race to the checkered flag tonight. And can we all say amen? And I'll say amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing as we proudly introduce Jaden Berkey to sing our national anthem.
Glorious and free, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land
at this time, the 5 sons of our CEO, James Brown, Alex, Andrew, Nick, Cody, and Ethan, will deliver the 4 most famous words in all of automotive racing. Good luck, drivers. To all those watching, it's time to sit back, relax, and strap it down. Let's go Sunday money racing, CORA style.
And that wraps up our opening ceremonies here at Talladega Superspeedway. 101 laps getting ready to go here at the Big Monster. 2.67 miles around the U track here at Talladega Superspeedway. Should be a good night for racing. 85 degrees here. Winds out of the south at 8 miles per hour. 20% humidity relative here at the Talladega Superspeedway for the CORA Sunday Money Collisionworx Express 101 here at the Big Monster. Nathan Sedlak will qualify on the pole. He raced his way through the qualifying races this during the week here, and he was the fastest racer out of all those top finishers. He will qualify on the pole here tonight. Ricky Schick, who's made his CORA debut in the 2014 season, he will start position number 2, and Gary Bauer, no stranger to CORA, he will start position number 3 tonight. A couple drivers that you'd normally see out here, not exactly in the field tonight, but certainly we will be looking for them to come. Guys like James Wilkins, who was driving the 3 machine last week, he's not going to be in the field tonight. A lot of other guys missing, but let's right now it's irrelevant to them. Let's go ahead and go through our top 10 in points right now if we have that graphic. So 10th in points right now, the CEO, guy who makes everything work tonight. The 10 of James Brown, sporting a little bit different colors tonight. Sycamore Speedway on his hood this evening. In 9th will be the 2 of Michael Johnson, the 78 machine. He'll be back on track. The 8 of Gordon Berkey, Gordon Berkey in position number 8 tonight. Gordon in the 17 machine, showing a little bit different hood. Chicksgear Racewear replacing Coles Wheelberg Truck Center on that hood tonight. Mark McFadden in position number 7 in points. Bradley Cooper, who had a little trouble qualifying here tonight, will be in position number 6. Nonetheless, picked up 2 positions from last week in the points. Don Stevenson, your one-time pole sitter, your one-time winner in these Beak-style cars, and 5th in points. Nathan Sedlak, your pole sitter, will be 4th in points coming into tonight's race. In 3rd, Michael Churchman, 94 points behind your leader in points. Everett Lane, currently positioned number 2 in the points, and at the top of the pole, hard to shake him with an 80-point lead over Everett Lane is David Wank, driver of the L.R. Kelly Trucking Chevrolet. He will start at the top of the hill tonight with 80 points ahead of him. It looks like he's got a little bit of a safe net above all the other drivers out there. Qualifying just about done here tonight. In just a moment, we will take you down to tonight's qualifying order. Waiting for the number 27 Gary Bauer to show up on the track. Remember, Gary Bauer qualified 3rd and will be starting 3rd tonight, despite being at the top of the qualifying order here at Talladega Superspeedway. So once he shows up on the track, we will go ahead and get ready to go green flag racing here at Talladega Super Speedway. Lots of other fast drivers going to be in the top 5 tonight. Michael Churchma will be in the top 5. David Wenk will be in the top 5. Don Stevenson will be just on the outside. Dominic Dyball, a regular name here, he'll be on the outside. And our buddy Alan Larson tonight, the Curial, driving one of those 2 Curial trucking machines out there. He's going to make his Talladega show up, as he tends to do here every week, or every time we go to Talladega Super Speedway. Alan talking before the race, telling us, you know, this is his track. He's ready to go racing here. You know, Alan hasn't always had the best of luck here, so we'll just keep an eye on him and see how he does. They are rolling off. Let's go ahead and take it down. Tonight's qualifying order on the pole tonight will be Nathan Sedlak. He will start in the 35 machine. The D&K trucking machine will start position number 1 tonight. Ricky Schick making his debut here in CORA in this season. He will start position number 2. Don Stevenson, it'll be Gary Bauer, who qualified first in this qualifying session. He will start position number 3. Michael Churchma, the 88, the Lafarge machine, will start position number 4. David Wenk, your points leader, starting position number 5 tonight. Don Stevenson, who's had a huge run in these machines, Coles Wheelboro Truck Center, will start position number 6. It'll be Preston Boers starting position number 7 on the field. Dominic Dyball will start position number 8 in the 15 machine. Alan Larson 9th. Mark McFadden rounding out your top 10. The CEO, James Brown, starting in position number 11 or 12 tonight. Behind him, Ryan Borges, Jay Anderson, Charles Starks, Everett Lane, second in points. We'll start right around Gordon Berkey. Bradley Cooper, Joel Wood, David Williams, Eric Sharp, Martin Porter, your next 5. And behind Martin Porter, it's going to be Phil Gary, Colton Berkey, Michael Whitlock, Sal Accardi, Garrett Outwell. Mikey Lovis is going to be showing up here tonight in the 87 machine, around position number 27. Dustin Loynes, position number 28. Ryan Keys in the 09 machine starts position number 29. John Pansula, driver of the 01 Dixon trucking machine, starts position number 30. TJ Graves, Sean Dower, Richard Holland, they will all round out your field tonight, and that will round out your field of 33, getting ready to go. Green flag racing here at Talladega Super Speedway. Jay Anderson is going to start from the garage. It looks like Gary Bauer, we are still waiting for him to get to the top of the field. It will be his field to lead when we come to green flag racing in just a moment's time. Base car will make the hard left turn down pit road this time by, and it should be Gary Bauer pulling in front of all these drivers out here. Gary Bauer, Nathan Sedlak, and Ricky Schick, your top 3 tonight as we get ready to go green flag racing with a lot of very talented drivers behind them. Gary Bauer still not going off pit road. The sim racing setup analyzer machine might be having some issues down there, so we're going to go ahead and go green flag racing without him, and Nathan Sedlak will inherit the pole here at Talladega Super Speedway. It will be Nathan Sedlak up front, getting the push from David Wenk in second. Up high, though, they're starting it early. Ricky Schick's going to work with the 88 of Michael Churchma. Alan Larson now getting in the mix on the low side. Don Stevenson, he's going to work with Preston Boers on the high side, and those 4 drivers are going to try to see how long they can hold up there on the high side, but they're going to be holding up there for a while. Nathan Sedlak, the D&K Trucking Chevrolet, who's had an up and down season, he's now going to be leading the group. And then David Wenk, your LR Kelly trucking machine, in position number 2, immediately behind him. Dominic Dyball in the small town computers PC machine. He's had a great run of things lately, but it's again been very up and down for him. He's looking to have a good night out here as he continues to run down position number 3. And then it's Alan Larson, the 24 machine. He's normally joins us in the booth in some way, shape, or form, but tonight he's on track in a Curial trucking machine, getting a little bit of bobble coming off of turns of the front stretch, and now into turns 1 and 2. Alan Larson down there will continue to run low line, 4 high, about 4 low, and now you start to see the tandem draft come into play, especially for your top 2. Nathan Sedlak, David Wenk, they are making it work out here. Remember, NASCAR might have rules about tandem drafting. No such rules here in CORA, so we're going to continue running them out there. Charles Starks, the W&W machine. He's going to run position number 13 out just behind that first group, the 02 machine. That's Charles Starks. He's going to run right behind Everett Lane out there. Charles Starks now trying to see if he can hook up with him and see if they can make a run go out there. The 02 is going to work. Yeah, he's going to go right in line with the 1 of Everett Lane, and that tandem is a tandem you're going to want to watch. Gordon Berkey tonight in the Chicks wear. Checkered Racewear, I should say. He's now going to run position number 13, but unless he can get some help down there, unless he can get someone to tandem with, he might have a hard night of it. Though he's doing just fine on his own. You see him now right there getting side by side with Everett Lane for position number 11, it looks like. Down the super stretch they go, and it looks like Gordon Berkey, the caboose on that train of cars down there, runs it. As now, oh, we got some folks in some trouble. Dominic Dieball, the 15 machine. He's going to be down on the apron, and he's going to drop like a rock through this field. Dominic Dieball just almost losing it through turns 3 and 4 out there as he was forced to the apron by the sandwich of Nathan Sedlak and the 24 of Alan Larson. So Dominic Dieball drops all the way back, and that could have been catastrophic for a lot of drivers up front. Luckily, no sudden. Good luck continues. Let's make sure we don't walk under any ladders or see any black cats here on the track. Jason Stout covering everything for us down on pit road. And Jason, I know that 15 crew is talking about that little bobble. What's going to happen next? What does a small town PC machine need to do to get back in championship contention?
They're going to have to get on the wheel. These guys are really going at it. Everybody's looking around for a partner. Really trying to get up through the field, trying to get hooked up so they can get up to the front. Everybody down here looking for partners. Everyone. And you got one going around the start and finish line right here.
That's going to be the 04, or check that, not the 04. Dustin Lloyd's already got some issues here on the track, and I'm looking for exactly what car number that is. It looks like it's going to be the 11 machine getting a piece of that one. That is David Williams in the Junior Motorsports Chevrolet right now. He is going to spin almost by himself. No, go and look back at the replay. It looks like he got to the 29 machine. The 29 and 11 hooked up. So the 29 machine of Preston Boers able to save it. The 11 not so lucky. You're seeing the replay right now on screen, and right here it's the 11 and the 29. The turn number 4, both of them just running out of real estate. The 11 trying to get up, trying to run his line. The 29 right there in the hole for him. The 29 able to save it, but getting some flat spots on those Goodyear tires. The 11 machine of David Williams, hard luck for him. Hard luck. He's going to have to get back down onto pit road and try to figure out what they can do with that machine. Probably burn one of his 2 resets here tonight. Rewind there momentarily as the 32 machine of Ryan Borges gets passed by everybody on the field. Borges dropping to the tail end of this group. Might have some engine issues as now they continue to go too wide here around Talladega Super Speedway. Up front, only one change. David Wenk inherits the lead from Nathan Sedlak. Ricky Schick now in that group. Charlie Starks, Bradley Cooper now making the run on the high side. Tandem drafting at its finest. As you see the Jegs Yellow 02 machine getting the push from Bradley Cooper in the 25. And we're going to have our third lead change for the night as the 02 of Charles Starks makes the big move up high. And Charles Starks will walk away with the lead. Charles Starks up tied. Bradley Cooper right behind him. And it is still a battle throughout this field.
Yeah, these guys are really going at it. Looks like the 8 and the 81 are trying to get around up here on the high side to just lead pack.
The 28 from a Collisionworx Chevrolet, and that looks like it's going that belongs to Michael Whitlock. He debated going out by himself on that very high line very early here in the race. Decided the better of it. Now he's going to fall to the low line in that 28 Collisionworx machine. The 8 of Martin Porter going to run side by side now with the 90 of Mark McFadden. McFadden running the best he has run in these past weeks in this nationwide car. Now Ford Mustang looking strong right now in the top 10. We have another bobble there on the high side, starting around the 8 machine of Martin Porter. He's almost going to collect the 81 of Gordon Berkey in the 68 machine. Back behind him, more shifting going on right now around the number 1 machine. That's going to belong to Everett Lane, the W&W trucking machine, as they go 3 wide now right in the middle of the group. 25, 81, 88, 3 wide through turns 1 and 2, and looking to mix it up even more, going down the super stretch. 2 by 3 by 3. They continue to run. 88, 81, 02. That front row, Don Stevenson, the 68 machine of Phil Gary, and the 25 going to make it work. Now the 25, 09 making contact. 25's around. 09's around. Heavy contact for both those cars. The 22 machine now gets a big piece of it. Ryan Keese involved in that one. TJ Graves, the unsponsored machine, gets a piece of that one. John Pansula now in the grass. 4 cars getting a piece of that one out there. And that is not pretty. First caution flag will come out after contact between Bradley Cooper, TJ Graves, the 09 of Ryan Keese, and the 01 of John Pansula. the replay right now on your screen, and really this all starts with a 09 of Ryan Keese and the 25 machine that belongs to Bradley Cooper. As you see those cars just trying to make 3 wide work going into turns 3 and 4. The 09 gets too high, gives it into the corner panel of that 25 machine, so the spins the 25 right around, making contact with a 39 machine. That 39 belonging to Sal Accardi, the Curiel trucking machine, able to rescue it though. The 25, the 09, not nearly as lucky. Right in the middle of the path is that 22 machine. We talked about TJ Graves in that Metal Gray unsponsored machine. He can not only go straight into the 09, but also gets a piece of the 01 of John Pansula. So 4 cars involved to bring out the first caution flag of the evening.
These pit crews are getting awful busy down here on pit road. Fixing these beat up cars, and it looks like Joel Wood has lost his motor.
Joel Wood was black flagged early in the race. He decided to go ahead and blow it behind the wall. He'll be the first retiree. Dominic Dyball on the 15 machine. He's got heavy black smoke coming out from the cockpit of the small town computers machine of Dominic Dyball. So he's going to have some problems. Meanwhile, down on pit road, looks like a lot of drivers going to come down for the early stop. Richard Holland's coming down. Sean Dower coming down. Ryan Keese, he's going to be looking for a reset. Preston Boers, Gary Bauer, who's supposed to be your pole sitter, he's going to come down. Jay Anderson is going to come down. John Pansula, Bradley Cooper needs some help, and Dominic Dyball needs to burn one of his 2 resets right now on pit road. He's got 2 brand new cars that he can call to when he comes down to pit road. The problem is, once he's burned up the second one, he's done. He is done for the night. What are you seeing down there, Jason?
These guys are working hard, beating out these dents, trying to get these cars fixed up, trying to get them back out there. There's parts flying everywhere. It looks like they're going to get it fixed. We're going to get back out here on the track and give her another go at it. Everybody looks to be going off pit road. All the cars are clean.
Jason Stout watching all the action down there from pit road tonight here for LSRTV, making his second race here with the crew. And Jason, we're certainly happy to have you down there, buddy.
Thank you, man. It's nice to be here.
Ricky Schick, Mikey Lovis are going to be your top 2 drivers when we go back to Green Flag Racing here in just a few laps. 10 laps in the books. It will be 91 to go when we cross the start finish line. 90 when we should go back to Green Flag Racing. David Wenk, your points leader, top 3. Nathan Sedlak, who inherited the pole by accident, will be restarting 4th. Michael Whitlock, the Collisionworx machine, restarting position number 5. Mark McFadden, Martin Porter, Alan Larson, Michael Churchman, Colton Berkey, rounding out your top 10. Don Stevenson, Phil Gary, Charles Starks, Everett Lane, Sal Accardi, your top 15. Eric Sharp, Gordon Berkey, James Brown, Dustin Loynes, Garrett Atwell, your top 20. Ryan Borges, TJ Graves, Richard Holland, Sean Dower, Ryan Keese, your top 25. Preston Boers, John Pansula, Jay Anderson, Gary Bauer, Bradley Cooper, your top 30. Dominic Dyball will be position number 31. David Williams should get his lap back this time by. So what was a field of 33 will be a field of 32 after Joel Wood, the 79 machine, the R&R transport machine, going to be inexplicably absent from tonight's field. Several drivers that we normally count on being in the field tonight not going to be there, including that 79 of Joel Wood. He will not be in the field tonight. Dale Gravel, who was so dominant last week, he's not in the field tonight. James Wilkins, who we've seen throughout the field tonight, not going to be here. Donnie Balcom, the 5 machine, who was also dominant last week, he said he's only going to be running a part-time schedule here in CORA, so he will not be on the track tonight. So some of the names that we have seen that have been very dominant here on the field, we're not going to see them show up tonight, which is very interesting. It definitely opens up the field for a lot of drivers out here. Definitely opens up the field for a lot of opportunities. Jason, I'm going to throw it back to you here. If you're in the right place at the right time, you can definitely make this track work for you.
Oh, most definitely. That draft plays a big role in who can get to the front here.
Definitely makes a big change on who you can go to the front, and with these tandem drafting that we see these guys do here in this Nationwide car, you can really see a difference in how these guys run. And if they get a good drafting partner, if they get a good tandem push, they guys can go a long way and ultimately see themselves up front and walk away with a little bit of money.
Oh yeah, that's where you want to be in this race. You want to find you a good partner and get hooked up and ride in that front and stay away from all these wrecks that's been going on here in the back.
Stay away from all the wrecks and just take it as for whatever it's worth out here on the track here in the CORA Sunday Money Series. As we mentioned before, a lot of positions here getting paid out throughout the field. First guy who wins first place walks away with over $30 here in the series, and they pay out all the way through to, I believe, top 15. If you show up at the top 15, you at least get something for your efforts. Lights should go off this time by, so it will be 89 laps to go when we go back to Green Flag Racing. Ricky Schick, who started second on the field in that DuPont machine, will start position number 1. Mikey Lovis in the AC Delco machine, position number 2. David Wenk, your points leader, position number 3. Nathan Sedlak, who inherited the pole, he's going to be position number 4. And Michael Whitlock, the 28 machine, he will restart position number 5. Nathan Sedlak, Ricky Schick, and Gary Bauer, the top 3 out here. So these guys are already showing they've got a little bit of muscle, and they got a lot to show on this track out here. And my eye right now is on the 35 and Nathan Sedlak. He won the pole in the qualifying races, and tonight he really could make a big statement and have a big splash in the points going into the chase here as we start to wind down the season. Giving the final commands. These guys get ready to go back to Green Flag Racing in now less than half a lap. Ricky Schick, Mikey Lovis side by side. David Wenk, Nathan Sedlak, Michael Whitlock round out your top 5. Mark McFadden, Martin Porter, Alan Larson, Michael Churchma, Colton Berkey, your top 10. And a lot of great talent here in the top 15. Don Stevenson's only 11th. Phil Gary, 12th. Everett Lane at 14th. Salacardi, a regular here at CORA, in position number 15 tonight. So don't judge this book by its cover. With time running out, these guys still know how to throw a big race here, and these guys still got a long way to go. Full race here at Talladega is 188 laps around the big monster. These guys have got to run almost 2/3 of a regular cup race around this track if they want to get paid at the end of the day. Ricky Schick, Mikey Lovis, David Wenk, Nathan Sedlak, Michael Whitlock, your top 5 as the pace car will make this hard left turn down pit road this time by. The 89, the 87, Ricky Schick, Mikey Lovis, your front row as they're going to get ready to go back to Green Flag Racing. So the pace car makes its hard left turn down pit road, where it will escape to the safety of pit road, and all eyes on Mikey Schlick, Mikey Lovis, your top 2 as they get ready to go back to Green Flag Racing. Ricky Schick, Mikey Lovis, their first time they've been up front on the front row, and they're going to make the most of it as they hit the loud pedal. Ricky Schick gets the run, and now really on his back was the 20 of David Wenk. No, the 20 of David Wenk is going to get abandoned by the 89. Ricky Schick goes high, works with the 87 of Lovis. Now the 20 and the 35 are going to hook up. David Wenk and Nathan Sedlak, they're going to go side by side, and here we go, guys. This is going to be a lot of fun watching these guys make it work. The 20, the 35, they are now nose to tail, I should say, in the L.R. Kelly trucking machine with the push of the 35 of Nathan Sedlak, the DNK trucking machine. They are going to try to get to the front. Ricky Schlick and Mikey Lovis have a different idea, though, as they try to fight for that first position going through turns 3 and 4 now. Will we have another lead change on the field? It might just happen here as the 20, just too strong, too dominant. He is a 2-time winner here in the 2014 CORA Sunday Money Series, and now he might try to make it a 3-time winner here on the Sunday Money Series as they come to the start-finish line. The 89 noses out the 20 of David Wenk, and that battle might not be done yet. Now here comes the 8 machine on the high side. He's going to get around the 28 of Michael Whitlock, Martin Porter, Michael Churchma, the 47 of Don Stevenson. They're going to line up. They're going to start making some moves. The Coles Wheelberg Truck Center machine of Don Stevenson. Those guys are going to line up, and they're going to see what they can make happen on the high side. Down underneath them, though, Alan Larson now hooked up with the 28, the Collisionworx machine of Michael Whitlock, and they're going to try to see what they do. 4 low, 5 high. This is going to make for some fun racing.
Yeah, meanwhile, down here in the pits there on that restart, there was a bunch up on that bottom lane, and a couple guys got damaged down here. That's lost one guy in the draft.
Jason, walk us through that. Who are the drivers that ended up losing position as a result of that restart?
Preston Boris is one of them. He got tangled up with, looks like Colton Burke and Gordon Burke. Looks like they've got electrical issues because of it.
Colton Berkey, Gordon Berkey, both off track right now. They have some electrical issues that they need to sort out, but this is hurting them in a big, big way. That father-son combination, they need to do whatever they can to get back on track and get back going here on the track. So the 89 of Ricky Schlick, then they go take a lead back away. Mikey Lovis immediately on his tail. David Wenck, Nathan Sedlak, your top four right now. Michael Churchman with the help of Don Stevenson, the Coles Wheelberg Truck Center machine. Go throwing the aggressive block of the 01 of Everett Lane. Bad blood between the 47 and the 1 machine. They almost ended up in a wreck, and they almost had some problems. They almost had some problems out there. That almost ended up being a big bunch up for the rest of the field. Not what Everett Lane can afford right now. Remember, Everett Lane had a bad race last week where he ended up getting wrecked out at Homestead Miami Speedway. So Everett Lane knows that he cannot afford that same issue tonight. He cannot afford another bad race tonight. Alan Larson now takes the 47's place on that outside, and Alan Larson in one of those two Curiel Trucking Chevrolets tonight. He's going to try to make some moves high. He keeps telling us this is his home track. Talladega is where he's comfortable. Well, let's see if he can make that work as we almost go 3 wide now. Phil Gary, the Blur machine, debating whether or not he's going to go high out there. The 8 machine, that's Martin Porter. He's going to go down low. As Jason, it looks like we had a couple drivers come off pit road.
Yeah, it looks like they've used that quick fix there and got their stuff together. Gordon Burke and Colton Burke has made it back out on the track there.
Gordon Berkey, the 17 machine, the Chicks Gear Racewear machine of Gordon Berkey now coming off pit road. He's going to hook up with Brian Keese, the 29 machine. Keese, the last driver on the lead lap. Gordon Berkey has got now 3 laps down on the rest of the leaders, so he's going to need the help of Ryan Keese, or at least get behind Ryan Keese to try to catch up with those leaders and start taking this back. It's the flag out. Caution now on the track once again involving the 47, the Coles Wheelberg machine of Don Stevenson. He got caught up with the 1 again. The 1 again of Everett Lane. The 1 and 47 get back hooked up again. The 68 machine in the middle of it. The Blur machine. Phil Gary takes out the cone like a blur, and they are back to running under caution. We're a full screen replay now up on the screen. You see it right there. The 1 machine, either he got the air off him from the 24 machine, or it was an intentional slam. Either way, the 1, the 47, no love lost between those two drivers as they collide. Coming off of turn number 4, same place we saw for the first caution flag of the night, and the 47 collects the 68 of Phil Gary, and those two drivers going to go into the infield. Gary body slams that cone. And now those two drivers going to have a little bit of damage to repair. And the 1 not happy after he gets his right side flattened out. Everett Lane involved in that one. Second in points. Don Stevenson, your one-time pole sitter, one-time winner here in the B car series. And the 68 of Phil Gary, all involved in that incident to bring out the second caution flag of the night. So Ricky Schick continues to lead out here on the field. Mikey Love is second. David Wenck third. Nathan Sedlak fourth. Michael Whitlock, your top 5. Michael Churchman, Alan Larson, Martin Porter, Eric Sharp, Charles Starks, your top 10. Bradley Cooper, Everett Lane, James Brown, Dustin Loynes, and Mark McFadden, your top 15. Sean Dower, David Williams, Richard Holland, Sal Accardi, Garrett Atwell, and it's going to be Dominic Dyball now rounding out your top 20. Pit road about to be a very busy place on the track. Jason, when they come down, what are they looking for?
Most of these guys are going to be looking for 4 tires and fuel, that's what I'm hearing. Fix that damage they just got. These pickers getting ready.
89 of Ricky Schlick will have the first opportunity to go down pit road. He's got his nose pointed that way. He's going to come down pit road. Mikey Lovis will follow him. David Wenck, Nathan Sedlak, Michael Whitlock, Michael Churchman, Alan Larson, Martin Porter, Eric Sharp, all going down pit road. Everett Lane going to come down pit road. It's going to be James Brown in the Sycamore Speedway machine coming down pit road as well. Mark McFadden and a whole litany of other drivers. Dustin Loynes, Sal Accardi, Garrett Atwell all coming down pit road. Jason, who you following down there?
We got the one car down here. He's got some pretty good damage. Looks like he's going to get that reset, get him 4 tires of fuel, and he's done off.
Quick stop for the one team up Everett Lane. Alan Larson coming off pit road. Martin Porter, Michael Whitlock. And it looks like the first one off the pit road was Ricky Schlick, followed by David Wank, Mikey Lovis, Michael Churchma, and Nathan Sedlak, all racing off of pit road. Lots of great racing to go. Oh, just about a fifth of the way done. At this point, Charles Starks inherits the lead, but can the Jegs machine hold on? Stay tuned, race fans. We will bring you more coverage of the CORA Sunday Money Series here at Talladega Superspeedway. It is the Collisionworx Express 101 with the B car. Stay tuned, race fans. More action to come here on LSRTV. Rick getting ready to form here at Talladega Superspeedway for the second time tonight. You are watching the Collisionworx Express 101 here from Talladega Superspeedway. And up front, Charles Starks continues to lead. Charlie Starks in the 02 machine continues to lead out there. Inherited the lead by not coming down pit road this last time by during the yellow flag. So he will pick up the lead this time. Bradley Cooper second, Sean Dower third, Richard Holland fourth, TJ Graves running out your top 5, John Pansula, Ricky Schick, David Wank, Mikey Lovis, Michael Churchman, your top 10, Nathan Sedlak, Michael Whitlock, Martin Porter, Alan Larson, Dominic Dimewall, the top 15, Dustin Loins, Garrett Atwell, Ryan Borges, Eric Sharp, and the 00 James Brown were slated in the top 20. It looks like they might be leading a couple cars around them. No, they're going to get around a couple cars there that were trying to, I guess, trying to save fuel, for lack of a better term. James Brown now, the Sycamore Speedway machine from Maple Park, Illinois, coming down pit road right now in that slick-looking black and gold machine. Going to give a shout-out and say a friendly hello to all of our friends over at Sycamore Speedway watching tonight here on LSRTV. James Brown going to come down pit road. it looks like maybe a little bit of damage needs to be repaired on that machine, and definitely a fuel tank of fuel before they go back to green flag racing here in just a moment. Lights are off. It's going to be one more lap before we go down pit road. It's going to be behind the pace car, Charlie Starks, Bradley Cooper, your top row, the AutosForSale.com machines, Sean Dower, Richard Holland, right behind them, TJ Graves, John Bensula in row number 3, Ricky Schick, David Wink, row number 4, Mikey Lovis, Michael Churchman, your top 5. And Jason, let me go to you here real quick. I know we had a lot of cars come down pit road, but effectively your top 6 did not come down. Are any of them worried about the drivers behind them who have sticker tires and a full tank of fuel?
No, I wouldn't think so. Tires hold out pretty good here. I think all they need to be worried about is if they have enough fuel to make it to the next caution.
So Charles Starks, Bradley Cooper going to restart on the front row here at Talladega Superspeedway. The race just over a quarter or a fifth of the way through. 22 laps in the books. Went back to green flag racing on lap number 23 of 101. Charlie Starks, Bradley Cooper, first and second on the field, and Bradley Cooper in the purple LaSalle Speedway Chevrolet. He's having a great night so far. He had a little bit of trouble earlier. He was trying to. Yeah, he had a little bit of trouble during the qualifying session, but now has climbed his way to the top of the field, and now is going to run position number 2 right beside the 02 of Charlie Starks. And then you got to give a shout out to the Autos for Sale machines, the old school motorsports drivers, Sean Dower, Richard Holland. After their second, third finish 2 weeks ago here in the Sunday Money Series, they found their way in front, and they're getting ready to drop the hammer and go green flag racing one more time. Charlie Starks sees the green, hits the hammer, and we are back down and away. 22 in the books, scoring lap 23. Still plenty of racing left to go. Charlie Starks, Bradley Cooper, Richard Holland, Sean Dower wastes no time getting in line. Battle now for position number 5. John Bensula with the push from David Wenk, trying to get around TJ Graves. Mr. Excitement with nobody on his hood tonight. He's going to try to create a little bit of excitement for someone who wants to put their name on the hood of that 22 machine. The 20 machine now stalking him like he is hunting prey. Leaves the 01 machine of John Bensula behind, but John Bensula looks like he's got some damage on that 01 machine, some rear bumper damage on the right side. That could hinder his machine, especially as the draft starts to come into play here in the later part of the race. Ricky Schick, Mikey Lovis now going to get around to Michael Churchman, Nathan Sedlak going to join in that line. The 01 machine, after a valiant effort, falling like a rock through this field. Back up front, we will have a lead change. The 31 of Richard Holland, the 60 of Sean Dower. They will get by the 02 of Charlie Starks. The old school's motorsports drivers, those matching autos for sell schemes, they are going to take away the lead. Jason, I cut you off there a moment ago. You were talking about the damage on the 01 machine. What are you seeing there?
Yeah, it's got pretty good damage there, and Eric Sharp is just on pit road. He's lost the draft. He was on pit road getting 4 tires to fix a little damage as well.
And Jason, let me ask you this. When did he come down pit road? When did you see him? Did you see him come down pit road, and did it look like a scheduled stop for that team?
I'm not sure if it was or not, because he come down when they was going to green. So he may have had a penalty or something.
May have had a penalty. Not sure exactly what happened. I'm sure we'll be looking to find out what exactly happened and see if we can figure out what happened to the 86 machine of Eric Stark, the Storm Motorsports driver, now going to be fighting for life as this field starts to creep around him here in a very, very short amount of time. Charlie Stark's back at the top of the field in the 02 Jeg Chevrolet. Bradley Cooper on his back bumper. The Autos for Sale machine still running on the high side. And then there's Mr. Excitement, TJ Graves, sticking his nose right in the middle of business. 4 high, 2 low, and now the cavalry comes to join that 2 low. And it looks like the low line's the place to be right now. This 89 and 87 machine doing a little dogfighting up top. That is for, it looks like it's going to be the position on row number 4. The 89 87 as they almost go 3 wide behind them. Let's keep an eye, though, on this 89 and 87. That 89 belonging to Ricky Schlick. The 87 belonging to Mikey Lovis. And Lovis just keeps working that back bumper, trying to either, one, get the air off the 89, or number 2, trying to create a slingshot of his own. But nowhere to slingshot to. He gets in the gully hole. He might have some troubles if he gets on the outside. you might get a brick wall out there, and neither place is exactly where you want to be at Talladega, with time starting to run out. Side by side they go. Perfect side-by-side formation out here, and it is all led by the two dueling engines up front. Charlie Starks, the low side, Richard Holland, the high side, and these guys continue to run. The number 60 machine has to be forced to get out of the line after a shove from the 89 machine, and now they're going to try the high line. Michael Whitlock, the Collisionworx Express machine, getting the push from the 8 of Martin Porter. They're going to go tie. Nope. They thought about it. They thought better of their effort. They're going to go back down in line, and they're going to continue to bide their time here, scoring lap 27. So top 10 now continue to run, and it looks like we have a challenge for the lead up front there. The 89 shoving the 60 out of line. The 89 now giving the push to that 31 machine of Richard Holland. The Autos for Seldon machine getting the chrome bumper from the 80 from that 89 machine of Ricky Schlick. Schlick kind of telling both those drivers, look, I know you guys are a team, and I'm real happy for you, but I got to get in front of this race, and I got to lead some laps, so I want to walk away with the big payday tonight. The 89-02 side-by-side going into turns 3 and 4 off the front stretch. It will be the 89 of Ricky Schlick, puts up 4 positions as a result of that move, and now he's going to be up position number 1. The 87 of Mikey Love is still working that back bumper as hard as he can, not trying to try that aggressive move you saw Ricky Schick pull on the old school's motorsports drivers out there, but he's definitely pulling some moves of his own. 89, 87 in unison down to that low line, the preferred line so far here on the track. Ricky Schlick, Mikey Lovis continue to lead here on the track. Jason, what are you seeing down there?
Yeah, they got some good racing out here. The last time by, there's 3 wide, will be 2 wide this time. And Martin Fadden and his partner was dropping to the back. Was they holding on to the draft? These guys are pushing hard, looking for that payday.
Lots of guys look like they're dropping to the back a little bit, trying to avoid getting caught up in the big one. Among them, the Coles Wheelberg machine of Don Stevenson, the 17 of Gordon Berkey, the Chick Skier Racewear machine tonight. Everett Lane, Dominic Dyball, they're on the tail end of this league group. They're not losing the draft per se, Jason, but it certainly looks like they're just sitting there biding their time, waiting for everything to happen in front of them as it will, and just kind of figuring out when they want to make their move. Oh, we got problems on the track. The 24 of Alan Larson sideways through the field. 24 keeps giving and moving back and forth. He gets in the 15 machine of Dominic Dyball in the racing lanes, and that should bring out the caution flag for the 3rd time tonight. Alan Larson gets the wiggle going through turns 3 and 4, and now he's going to be dropping back through the field after making contact with the 15 of Dominic Dyball. The bad luck continues for Dyball as he gets contact for the 2nd time tonight.
I believe the 04 might have got a little piece of that action too. We'll have to see when he comes down here. If he got a little damage on his front end, it's just a little, but he did tag him.
So you see the replay on your screen now. Right now, it all starts with Matt 24 machine of Alan Larson. Looks like he just got into the turn a little bit too aggressively, or maybe just overestimated the turn he had to make. In any event, you see him drop there onto the apron, come back around, make contact with a 04 machine, get sideways, try to rescue it. Almost had it, but he just continued to wiggle and wobble on that transfer, of narrowly avoiding the 4 machine, the 4 Neon machine belonging to Garrett Atwell, but in that gets into the 15 of Dominic Dyball. So the Small Town Computers machine goes for a ride for the 2nd time tonight, and Dominic Dyball, that's a streak of bad luck that just keeps growing bigger. You know he's got to be upset with how that's going, but he's going to continue to put a face on and continue to run laps out here. Pit road is open, and now the have-nots, that group of 6 that didn't come down pit road, they might come down this time by. Ricky Schlick will lead them down. Mikey Lovis comes down. TJ Graves, no! Your top 2, throw the fake. Schlick, Lovis, throw the fake. They're out of pit road. TJ Graves now down on pit road. Charlie Starks on pit road. Bradley Cooper down there. Brian Borges down there. And it looks like the 31 machine also down there as well. Jason Stout.
10-4, 32's in his pit. The car I had my own was the 04. Looks like the 32's going to take gas only. The 04 did get some damage on that. He's got a big old wrinkle in that hood.
And it looks like we might have had another driver that might have a little bit of a different issue down there. Jason, I'm being told now the 32 might have some issues.
Yeah, we'll have to see here on this exit. He did hit that cone on injury. That'd be a close call for him if he gets that penalty.
That penalty would be handed down by the iRacing service and not necessarily by the administrators, but that would be in their ability to call that penalty if they felt the need to do so. Ricky Schlick back off on the track on lap number 31. Mikey Lovis, Michael Whitlock. It's going to be the 8 of Martin Porter, 4th, David Wenk, your top 5. John Pansula, Preston Morris, Michael Churchma, Nathan Sedlak. And now it'll be the 04 of Dustin Loynes running out your top 10. And Jason, a moment ago, you said the 04 may have had some front-end damage.
Yeah, I got to looking at it last time by, and that right front's buckled up a little bit. That's going to cause him some problems if he gets out in front of that field.
What kind of problems would that cause for that driver if he's running in the pack, let's say?
And the pack, you really won't feel it as much because you got the draft and you can sort of keep it covered up running behind the car that's in front of you. But if you get stuck out front, you're the first car on that fresh air, and it'll slow you up just a little bit.
And Jason, let me ask you the question like this as well. If you're that driver, when do you make the call to come down pit road to either get that damage repaired or burn one of your 2 quick fixes? I
would have done it right here on this caution, but they may have another plan. They may be working some fuel strategy or something.
The 04 asking the driver in front of him if he can see any front end damage on there, and I hate to break it to him, but it looks like he is going to have that front end damage, and that just might hurt him as he tries to get through the field here.
Yeah, it's definitely going to put a damper on his chances there if he don't come in and get that front end fixed.
Let's remain on the pace car out there. Ricky Schlick, Mikey Lovis, your front row. Michael Whitlock, the Collisionworx Auto Body Machine, position number 3. Martin Porter, position number 4. David Wenk, position number 5. John Pansula, 6. Preston Moore, 7. Michael Churchma, 8. Nathan Sedlak, 9th. And Dustin Loynes riding in the top 10. Ryan Keese, the 09 machine, will get his lap back, and that will put Ryan Keese back on the lead lap. He should be scored position number 29 as Eric Sharp, who also lost a lap as a result of that incident, he will be in position number 30 as a result of that. 30 cars on the lead lap, 3 cars at least 1 lap down, including the 86 of Eric Sharp, the 17 of Colton Berkey, and the 17 of Gordon Berkey, and the 81 of Colton Berkey. But those Berkey drivers, they're going to have they'll have a long mountain to climb. The 17 machine, that 17 machine, the Chicks Gear Racewear machine, he's gonna have to come back from 4 laps down. Son Colton Berkey, the 81 machine, he's gonna have to come back from 5 laps down.
Yeah, that hurt them with that electrical issue they had earlier when they put him behind the pit wall, but just luckily they got it fixed and look like they've got it running. If these lucky dogs, you never know, they might get lucky and get back in it.
Something we always said here at Talladega, yellows breed yellows, and that's definitely something that will affect these drivers and affect their run. Phil Gary had some similar electrical issues. Lucky for him, it was under the yellow flag, so he should be able to get back on track without incident, but he will drop to the tail end of the field, and then he will end up around position number 30 if he doesn't lose a lap as a result of it. Phil Gary out of the fair should be at the tail end. Ryan Keese gets his lap back, and we should get ready to line them up this time by. Lights are going off, the 89, the 87. No love lost between these 2 drivers. They will restart on row number 1.
That 68 is going to go a lap down. He's still being held in his pits.
The 68 machine, that's Phil Gary, who was involved in an incident earlier. He's going to go a lap down after being held down on pit road. and that is going to hurt him, and more importantly, that's going to hurt the Burkies as they try to reclimb the ladder here at Talladega Superspeedway. Ricky Schick, Mikey Lovis, these two drivers have been all over each other all night. They have been battling back and forth. You see the 89, or you saw the 87 earlier, the Lovis machine, the AC Delco Chevrolet just try to bang the back of that 89 machine as hard as he can, but the 89 machine just will not be phased. Do you think Ricky Schick has enough, or this early in the race, to be a threat to win?
Being out front, you keep that hammer down. Luck might turn your way. You can create your own luck here if you can stay out front and they keep wrecking behind you.
Sometimes it's all you need. Create your own luck and get ready to go as these cars do the parade down the super stretch now into turns 3 and 4. Lovis, Schick on the front row. Michael Whitlock, the Collisionworx Express machine. The 8 of Martin Porter, the Berkey Sandblasting Paint machine. Row number 2, your points leader David Wenk. John Pansula, the Dixon Trucking machine. Row number 3, Preston Boers, who is making his first start here in CORA tonight. Michael Churchma, row number 8. Nathan Sedlak, your pole sitter. And the 04, the only Toyota on the field, Dustin Loynes, your top 10. As the pace car will make the hard left turn down pit road, this time by and open the floodgates for these drivers to go racing on lap 34. Phil Gary, the Blur machine, still being held on pit road, so that electrical issue could be something much more significant. We'll have to keep an eye on him as they try to get that car back in racing condition. Base car getting ready to make the turn off pit road. Alan Larson giving the end of longest line penalty in the Curiel Trucking machine. And now as we get ready to run them again, Ricky Schick, Mikey Lovis, they're going to be your front runners as we get ready to go back. Green flag racing. Lap 33 is history. Now scoring lap 34, 1/3 of the way done here. And here goes Schick. Say goodbye. He is down and away. Ricky Schick in the lead. Mikey Lovis second. Martin Porter now third as Michael Whitlock tries to take position number 3 away from him as they continue to run here under the green flag. Restart looks clean so far through the field. And we are back to green flag racing on lap number 34.
We got 3 wide down here coming into turn 3.
Three wide coming into turn number 3 around the 1, the 39 machine, and the 00 machine, the 01 machine of John Pansula. That rear right and the rear end damage on the right side still continue to affect the 01 machine as they're going to go 3 wide one more time. Mr. Excitement living up to his name, TJ Graves, gets around the 01, dangerous the hard way. Now trying to get side by side with Sean Dower and Richard Holland, the Old School Motorsports teammates. And 3 wide one more time, almost 3 wide one more time, as Mark McFadden trying to get around that 04 of Dustin Loynes. We knew he'd have some trouble getting up the speed there, but Dustin Loynes now having a hard time. There's a lot of times sort of wrecking involving the 8 machine. The 8 machine gets heavy in damage, gets into the 35 machine of Nathan Sedlak. 2 cars involved, Charlie Stark's involved, the 01 of John Pansula involved. The 86 of Eric Sharp involved once again. Alan Larson gets a touch of it. The 81 of Colton Berkey looks like he got a touch of that one. Lots of drivers scattered all over the place coming off of turns 1 and 2.
Bunch of cars getting involved there. The 04, we was watching him. He gets involved.
Laura's getting the replay ready right now, and it looks like really this starts all around the 8 machine when the 8 makes contact with the 20 of your points leader, David Wenk. Wenk able to recover, but Martin Porter and the Berkey Sandblasting and Painting machine, he goes into a death spin out there right in front of your pole sitter, the 35 machine of Nathan Sedlak, and that just causes a chain reaction through the field. This is the 35, the 8 machine, they get a piece of it. The 35 will also now get into the, looks like a couple other drivers getting a piece of that one as well. The 04, the 90 machine, they get involved in their own little side incident out there, and that's going to cause them some more damage on the track. The 86 of Eric Sharp got a piece of that after he made collision with the with one of those truck cars, or trying to avoid the incident, I should say. He got sideways and backwards and ended up looking into the number 24 of Alan Larson in the eye as they come back around. So Eric Sharp and a lot of drivers just involved in this one in some way, shape, or form. I'm counting at least a dozen cars being involved. The 01, the 02 got a piece of it. The 25 machine, that's the LaSalle Speedway machine of Bradley Cooper, got a piece of that one as well. So at least half a dozen cars going to be looking for some help when pit road comes open. and several drivers entering pit road while it's closed. You had a beat on who's going down there, Jason?
Yeah, we got the 35 car. He's coming in to fix a little damage. He got hurt in that too, I believe.
Who else do you see there on pit road? Looks like communication broken off with him for just a moment. We'll have to come back to him, see if we can get him back out there, get that wire back plugged in, and get ready to go. Not even Mark McFadden. Looks like he's having some troubles getting down pit road. He was stopped there momentarily, and now he's going to come back down pit road. He's either limping down there, or he might be looking for a little bit of trouble. We'll have to keep an eye on the 90 of Mark McFadden as he comes down to the attention of his crew. The 90 machine, without incident, will pull into his pit stall and get regular service on that 90 machine. Let's go ahead and step away from the microphones. When we return, more exciting action for the Collisionworx Express 101 here at Talladega Super Speedway. You're watching all live on LSRTV. Schlick once again back in the lead here at I can't even talk right now. What's going on with me? I think I heard that beer cart going by, and that was the end of my night. The Collisionworx Express 101 here, part of the CORA Sunday Money Series. Ricky Schlick still in control of the field under our fourth caution flag of the evening. Mikey Levis immediately behind him. They will restart first and second for the second time tonight here at Talladega. David Wenk, Michael Churchwell, Michael Whitlock retain your top five, despite the fact that Wenk was involved in that last incident. Preston Boers, Don Stevenson, Everett Lane, James Brown, Selicardi, your top 10 as they get ready to double file them up. Let's go ahead and welcome back to the booth. He's a familiar voice here at CORA. If you've watched Sunday Money here on LSRTV, you know this man very well. Alan Larson, tonight driving the number 24 Curiel Trucking Chevrolet. And Alan, all throughout the week, all night, you've been telling me, yeah, this is my track, this is my go, we're going to make it. And the best laid plans of mice and men there, right, buddy?
That's right, that's right. You know, it happens. Just wrong place, wrong time. I don't know what happened when I, on that lap where my first accident there. I just went in the corner. It just turned on me. I don't know why. I don't have any idea. It just got out from underneath me, and I lost it. And then I was just a victim of circumstance in that last deal because I would put myself back there in the back. But we had that CORA trucking Chevrolet up front there for most of the afternoon that I was out there. So I'm pretty proud of that. And we'll just come back next time.
Now I know Junior's gonna be disappointed that was his car that they messed with out there, but Senior's still got a car out there in the 39 of Salacardi in the top 10, so at least one of them's gonna be happy watching the broadcast tonight.
Yeah, 10-4. I wish I could have had a little bit better showing with it, but you know, we'll be back next time.
It's all right. That's why they have liability insurance, right?
That's right.
Make the insurance company pay for Junior's car. It'll be fine. Ricky Schlick, Mikey Lovis on the front row, David Wenk, Michael Churchwell, Michael Whitlock, your top 5. Preston Boers, one of the newcomers here to the CORA Sunday Money Series, starts position number 6. Don Stevenson, the Coles Wheelberg Truck Center Machine, starts position number 7. Everett Lane, second in points, now position number 8. James Brown, the Sycamore Speedway Machine, position number 9. And it will be Salacardi, the only remaining Curiel trucking machine in the top 10, restarting here in position number 10. Still a deep field, though, behind them. Ryan Borges back on the lead lap. TJ Graves, Mr. Excitement, is not going to be in that group. He'll be in that group. He'll just be a couple of positions back. Sean Dower, who's having the best run of his career, now running in that top 15. Nathan Sedlak in the top 15. A lot of drivers here, very talented, very qualified in the top 20. So it's going to be a barn burner here in what's going to be the second half of the race. We will be officially scoring lap 40. It will be 62 laps to go when we cross the start-finish line. Ricky Schlick and the number 87 of Mikey Lovis. No loss between these two drivers as we get ready to go back to green flag racing. Look for them to go once again door to door as the green flag flies. 89 gets the shove from the 20 of David Wenk, and we're back to green flag racing. Ricky Schlick wasting no time getting up there, and now the Storm Motorsports drivers going low. The 20, the 88, both of the Storm Motorsports drivers trying to go first and second here at the track. And they do, and high side's been strong all night, but the low side's been the preferred way to go. It's a 20 of David Wenk, the LR Kelly trucking machine, down low. It's going to be right behind him, the 88 of Michael Churchwell, the Lafarge machine. They're going to drag race with that 89 and 87 tandem that has been strong all night, and then don't count out the 20 and the 29 machine of Preston Moore. It's a snap-on dual Chevrolet trying to snap on top 3 finish here tonight at Talladega Super Speedway, but in some cases, just finishing here is an achievement itself.
Yeah, definitely. I found out that it's quite hard to finish these plate races because things happen so fast. You know, you get tangled up with somebody and that's it. It's all over.
Lots of guys had to use at least one quick fix out here. Your top drivers not having to use that so far, but it's very easy not to do when you are leading the race very early and very quickly. Dominic Diebold now down on pit road as looks like Schlick's going to work around some traffic down here. The 39, the 89, the 87 almost cut off the nose of the 20 machine. The 87 making light contact with the right front end of the 20 of David Wenk, and that just shows you how competitive these guys are when it comes to a little jangle on the line. These guys leaving nothing on the track.
No, that was real close. I was waiting for that the 20 car to turn that 87.
Almost during the 87, but not worth the end of the longest line penalty. We got one car down on pit road. That's going to be the 15 of Dominic Diebold. Jason Stout, you hear anything about that car, buddy? And Jason's having a little bit of issues down there with his microphone. We'll see if we can get the tech people down there, see if we can get back with him about that 15 of Dominic Diebold in just a moment. Top 5 now running single file, taking out top 6 running single file as you see the tandem start to form later in the race. 89, 87 running first and second. The Storm Motorsports drivers, the 20, the 88. Third and fourth. Then there's Don Stevenson, the man who has been dominant in these nationwide cars in the Coles Wheelberg Chevrolet. He's going to run position number 6, getting the shove from Everett Lane. Salacardi now in that mix as well. Michael Whitlock, driving that very white Collisionworx Express machine, Collisionworx Auto Body machine. He's trying to get up there, but without a tandem partner, he's going to have a long way to go as that long freight train of cars on the low line just pass him by. Gordon Brown, we got James Brown now involved into the 22. Mr. Excitement's involved as well. The 09's involved. The 31, Richard Holland, has to go down low to get out of that one. The Sycamore Motorsports machine in big trouble out there as he goes flipping down on the front stretch. Looks like a bump gone bad for the 00 as those two drivers make contact. Pirouette for the Sycamore Speedway machine of James Brown. He gets more contact from the 202 machine. That's 02 belonging to 02 belonging to Charlie Starks. Caution flag on the field tonight, and James Brown, heavy damage. He's going to be in big trouble out there.
Yeah, these guys are definitely going to be headed my way. There's a couple cars out here smoking. The 01's definitely smoking. It'd be John Pansula. But he's going to be passing up pit road here. Looks like he's going to stay out. Still trying to get that position sorted out up there.
01 has heavy smoke coming out of it. So does the 00 machine of James Brown. Both those cars have heavy damage, and I know at least one of them will have to burn, or both of them might have to burn a quick fix this time by. James Brown coming to the attention of his crew now, and it looks like it is going to be a quick fix for that team.
You got the 02 and Charles Starks. He got some big damage in that. That's your CORA Jegs car.
More cars now coming down pit road to the attention of Jason Stout. It'll be Ricky Schlick, Mikey Lovis coming down pit road. It's going to be the 028 of Michael Whitlock, the Collisionworx auto body machine. The autosforsale.com machine of Sean Dower comes down pit road. Richard Holland, his teammate, comes down there. The Luck machine of Ryan Keese comes down pit road as well. And now the 01, he should be forced to come down pit road, or he might have a black flag. Nope, he's going to go ahead and come down pit road right now. Jason Stout calling all the action on pit road. What's going on down there, big guy?
Yeah, we got most of these guys taking 4 tires of fuel. Looks like the 09's getting 4 tires of fuel. 00's down here with the blown motor. Them guys are going to be working hard to get on that. Looks like the 01's come in to fix that problem. He's smoking like a freight train.
Smoking like a chimney, that 01 machine. Ricky Schlick, Mikey Lovis now coming off pit road. Your leaders forced to come down pit road that time by, and that will give the lead to the 20 of David Wenk. And Alan, I don't know if you can say enough about David Wenk's season so far. 7 starts, 2 wins, 5 top 10s. That Storm Motorsports driver in the LR Kelly Trucking Chevrolet has just been dominant all season long so far.
Yeah, he's definitely doing that. He's got quite the team behind him there, and they call him King Tornado. He lives down there in Moore, Oklahoma. He was I've known him for a long time on PS3, and he's always been real good, and he's definitely a storm to be reckoned with.
King Tornado got his first win here in the 2014 CORA Sunday Money Series at Atlanta in the SH&D Trucking 125 in the truck spot. Picked up his second win 2 weeks ago at Daytona for the Collisionworx Express 101. And tonight, that win, if he can walk away with the win or at least the top 5, that's going to be incredibly important. The regular season halfway done after tonight's race. After tonight's race, we go to the Gen 6 cars for 4 races. Then we go to the Indy cars for 4 races. So 2 not terribly completely different styles of driving, but 2 completely different cars from each other about to be in play here in 1 week, or in the next 8 weeks.
Yeah, that's definitely true. And not only that, we got a road course coming up too in that Indy car at Watkins Glen. Should be quite interesting.
Next week, these guys go to Atlanta in the Gen 6 car for the first time this season. Sunday, March 23rd, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. It's the Coles Wheelberg 125 in the Gen 6 cars. We'll see exactly what happens when we go green flag racing there. You won't want to miss it here on LSRTV. 2 to go here. We're being told now. David Wenk, Michael Churchma, Don Stevenson now position number 3. Everett Lane, second in points. He's going to go up to 4th. Salicardi, Ryan Borges, Nathan Sedlak, Garrett Atwell breaking into the top 10 for the first time. TJ Graves and Mark McFadden rounding out the top 10. And look who's got his lap back. Eric Sharp, one of the other Storm Motorsports drivers. He's now position number 11 after getting his lap back. Martin Porter, Dustin Loynes, Michael Whitlock, and Richard Holland rounding out your top 15. Sean Dower, Bradley Cooper, Jay Anderson, David Williams in your top 19. The two guys have been leading most of these laps out here tonight. Ricky Schlick, Mikey Lovis. They're going to now restart position number 20. And Jason Stott, I'm going to ask you this question real quick. We know that those guys came down here about lap 45. We know they can save a little bit of gas on these caution flags. But the $64,000 question that I want to ask you here is, can they save enough fuel to make that their only pit stop tonight?
If they stretch it, cut it off and clutch it under these cautions here, you might be able to save enough gas to get you to the end. It'd be pushing, it'd be awful close getting there though, I believe.
I was about to say, that's going to be a lot of gas you're going to want to save and save hard out there, as these guys work very, very hard to keep those cars running clean. Regular fuel window here is about, we just sort of surmise, between 35 and 45 laps. Obviously, they are just short of that. So how are they going to make up 10 laps of fuel out there on the track, Jason?
Had to be pushing that clutch in, run that clutch all the way around, and turn that thing on and off. That's what I'd be doing. It's going to be awful hard to save 10 laps. That's really how much you'd have to save from here to be good from the end, to be good all the way to the end, and not stutter coming out of 4 or something. So it'd be awful hard. I believe I'd come in and top it off, as we see some cars doing here. Come down pit road, top it off, and go for it.
Yeah, it looks like the double zeros decided to park it and bring it behind the wall and give it up for tonight as well.
Definitely a hard break for James Brown, driving the Sycamore Speedway machine from Maple Park, Illinois. We certainly appreciate them joining or watching the broadcast tonight all the way from Maple Park, Illinois. What they're doing, not a whole lot different from these, except for the fact that these are 600 horsepower machines on a 2.67 mile super stretch. Down there, it's a little bit more home racing, down-home racing, but I bet you they have a lot of fun down there at Sycamore Speedway, Alan.
Oh yeah, they have a blast. And there's short tracks all over the country that do this every Saturday night, and it's all about the competitive spirits, man. And you know, racing is probably the #1 spectator sport in the U.S. So we have a lot of fun with it.
Winter just starting to thaw out here for the rest of us in the northeast, and we're going to get ready to see some really cool short track racing across the country here coming up this spring and summer. Check out your local short track. You will be glad that you did, as these guys get ready to go to Green Flag Racing in just half a lap's time. It's going to be David Wenk for the first time restarting on the front row, joined by his Storm Motorsports teammate Michael Churchma, Don Stevenson, Everett Lane, Salicardi, your top 5, Ryan Borges, Nathan Sedlak, Garrett Atwell, TJ Graves, Mark McFadden, your top 10, Eric Sharp, Martin Porter, Dustin Loynes, Michael Whitlock, Richard Holland, your top 15, Bradley Cooper, Jay Anderson, Ricky Schick, Mikey Lovis, Sean Dower, your top 20. Pace car will get the heck out of the way, make the safe run to pit road, this time by getting out of the way of David Wenk, as Carl Jones finally comes back into the booth to join us here as we get ready to restart here, scoring lap number 48. That beer cart was just too tempting, wasn't it, Carl?
Oh, man, we had a major accident right across the street from my studio here. Knocked out our power. Car hit a telephone pole, snapped that sucker right off.
Well, that's definitely not good, and that's probably the reason why you should avoid the beer cart, especially if you're going to be taking to driving afterwards. David Wenk, Michael Churchma, your top 2. Don Stevenson, Everett Lane, your top 4. And now they're starting to break away from the field. Salicardi, Garrett Atwell, Ryan Borges, Nathan Sedlak, your top 6. And the draft's starting to come into play. Not only the draft starting to come into play, the teamwork, the dynamics starting to come into play. Storm Motorsports, 1st and 2nd. Don Stevenson, the Coles Wheelberg machine, in position number 3, working with a fast lane driver, Everett Lane, position number 4. Everett Lane needs to have a good finish in tonight's race. He's already 80 points behind your leader. While it doesn't matter going the big event, the big event, the reset here that comes with the chase. You want to pick up all the points you get and solidify your position as best you can.
Oh well, yeah, definitely. You want to be within the. I would say probably within the top 6 or 7 in points there. That would probably help you out quite a bit, especially once you start coming down towards the end of the chase. You don't have as far to make up.
Preston Bohr is now coming down to pit road for what was an unscheduled stop. Heavy damage on it. Jason, get a beat on what happened to that car?
Yeah, he's had some damage from earlier. He's got tagged in those 2 cautions we had prior, and he just couldn't stay with the draft out there.
Definitely some hard problems down there for that Detroit machine on pit road, and it looks like he might have just pulled it behind the garage this time by. So Preston Borges, he's gonna have a little bit of trouble down there. No, he's still on pit road in the 29 machine. He's currently being scored 25th, but it's gonna be at least a couple laps before we see the 29 back out on the field. Back up front, it's starting to brew as a battle for that lead. David Wenck, Everett Lane side by side, and they're getting ready to turn to 3 and 4. Everett Lane wants to get in front of David Wenck, trying to cut in that points lead a little bit. '20 and 88 continue to work from nose to tail, trying to fight off the 1 and the 39 machine. The 1 of Everett Lane, Salacardi now working with him. The Curiel machine giving the push to the RMT truck, I'm sorry, the W&W machine of Everett Lane. And now behind them, more drivers starting to catch up to that group. Garrett Atwell in the 4 Neon machine, working with Ryan Borges in the Rack Racing Ford Mustang. They're going to start to draft of their own. It was 4x4, and now it's going to turn into 6x2. And those 2 little cars on the high side, call them the little engines that could, because they are trying as hard as they can to push up against that lead pack.
Yeah, I've been watching these guys all week in practice here, and it seems like the outside line seems to get a really, really nice run. Matter of fact, as we speak, here they come. The outside line's making a really nice push.
We apologize for the technical difficulties we seem to be experiencing tonight, where we continue to give you live coverage here of the CORA Sunday Money Series. It's the Talladega race, last race of these B main cars here at Talladega Super Speedway. The Collisionworx Express 101 officially halfway through when they cross the start-finish line. And we apologize for the technical difficulties we seem to be experiencing tonight. For those of you drivers following the 15 of Dominic Dimeball, the small town PC's Chevrolet, he is going to pull it behind the wall tonight. Again, multiple incidents taking him out of contention here at Talladega Super Speedway, and Matt is going to put his night out just a little bit early. So what was a phenomenal run to begin with just continues to accumulate, and bad luck for him. And he's going to put it behind the wall and call it a night. David Wenck, Michael Churchman, Don Stevenson, your top 3. Nathan Sedlak in that mix as well. Nathan Sedlak, your pole sitter. Now you see the resurgence of that 4 machine. Garrett Atwell, the Neon machine, getting the push from the 32, the Rack Racing Ford Mustang. And Garrett Atwell will lead his first lap for the night.
Wow, what a nice push that was there. Coming right up, right along the... Ooh. Saw some smoke there behind us. Everything looks good there.
Smoke, but not a whole lot. It doesn't look like a whole lot of fire as these guys continue to work their way through the track. No cars in the infield. We continue to run green flag racing. Garrett Atwell still getting that phenomenal push from the 32 of Ryan Borges. First and third, they continue to push against the 20 and the 88. The Storm Motorsports drivers underneath them of David Wenck and Michael Churchma. Wenck just can't keep up with him. The 4 of Garrett Atwell, he's going to get the big push, and Garrett Atwell cleanly takes away the lead with the help of Ryan Borges.
just out of the corner of my eye, I caught some smoke. I'm trying to look back here and see if I can find out what that was. Looking like the second pack of cars there, about the third, fourth car back, I saw some smoke come out of somewhere, and it just kind of caught my attention there. Sorry about that.
Squirrel! One of those things, right?
Yeah, well, these guys are smart out front here. They'll just stay in line and pull away from this second pack. That way they can battle it out amongst yourselves.
With time starting to run out, this time 47 laps left on the race here at Talladega Superspeedway. Plenty of time left to do that. The 17 of Gordon Berkey, the Checkered racewear machine, now coming down to the attention of their crew, and either one of two things are going to happen. They're either going to call it a night, or they're going to try to play the race backwards just a little bit. And with the 17 of Gordon Berkey being 5 laps down, they have nothing to lose by playing the race backwards just a little bit. They're going to stay down on pit road. And Jason, it looks like these guys aren't coming in for so much support for fuel and tires, but to try to get some of that damage repaired and see if they can at least be competitive in the Checkered machine all night for the rest of the night.
Yeah, that damage is really going to hurt these guys out here in this draft. I mean, it's so big, and then the speeds are so fast. If you get hung out a little bit, it hurts you pretty good.
So 17 machine of Gordon Berkey, the Checkered Racewear Chevrolet. They're going to pull it behind the wall. Call it a night. They're out. Wrecking on the field. 87 machine of Mikey Love is involved. The 90 of Mark McFadden goes around and around as a result of it. The 04 machine of Dustin Loins, the Interstate Batteries Camry. He gets a piece of that one. 2 cars involved in that one. Maybe 3. The 202 and 68 also making contact as a result of that one. And the 87 machine. That's going to be Mike Lovis goes way down and forced to avoid that wreck at all costs. It's going to be 2 cars involved, and that will bring out the caution flag one more time on the field. As you watch the replay here on your screen, it is the 90, the Agassiz Speedway machine of Mark McFadden, working with the 04, the Interstate Batteries Camry of Dustin Loins. Those 2 drivers in turns 3 and 4. It looks like the 04 just bumps the 90 the wrong way, bumps him going on the left rear bumper, and that's going to spin the 90 around right in front of the 04. Nothing the 90 can do to save that one except go tail first into the wall, go spinning out in front of a lot of traffic, and that brings out the caution flag once more on this field. This is a very interesting place to have the caution flag come out. These guys should be able to make it on one more pit stop if they do it right from here.
Yeah, I've seen that before, though. There, what just happened there? That was just all the weight of the car. These cars, when they're in these turns, especially at these speeds, they're very, very light. It doesn't take much to get these cars around at all. Like I've said before, if you could actually physically reach your hand out the car window and push on the rear quarter panel of the car, you could put one of these cars around pretty darn easy. You'll spin them right out, and that's basically all that happened there. They were just kind of drafting along, and he pulled down a little bit too far on the inside, caught that left rear bumper, and right around he went.
Pit road getting busy. Jason Stout, what's going on down there?
Yeah, looks like these guys are in here for 4 tires of fuel. Well, the one car here, he took two tires and a can of gas. Races off pit road here.
Lots of drivers still coming off pit road. It looks like it's going to be Ryan Borges, the first one off. Nathan Sedlak behind him. Garrett Atwell, the Neon machine behind him. The D&K truck machine of Nathan Sedlak getting out there. Salacardi getting out in front of Everett Lane. Second in points out there. And it can be Eric Sharp, Martin Porter, David Wenck rounding out that group that comes off pit road. Don Stevenson coming out there. And it looks like a lot of guys having some very fast pit stops. Ryan Borges, the first one off. 7.55 seconds, 2 tires, fuel, he was gone. So Ryan Borges taking a little bit of a gamble, but at that point, you have nothing to lose. 58 laps here in the books at Talladega Superspeedway. We are winding down, just over 40 laps to go here at the Big Giant. We'll take a break and see what happens when we return. You are watching LSRTV's live coverage of the Collisionworx Express 101, part of the CORA Sunday Money Series here on LSRTV. Stay tuned, race fans. More after this. The 4-car will take the penalty for that. Garrett Atwell, the Neon machine, will be back at the tail end of the field as a result of that incident, leaving the door open for Michael Whitlock, the white Collisionworx Auto Body machine, to take the lead here in the Collisionworx Auto Body 100, or Collisionworx Express 101, I should say, here with the nationwide cars at Talladega Superspeedway, live on LSRTV. It's the CORA Sunday Money Series, living up to all of its excitement. On the field, position number 2, Ryan Borges, Nathan Sedlak, Salacardi, your top 5, Everett Lane, Eric Sharp, Martin Porter, David Wenk, and Don Stevenson rounding out your top 10. The who's who of CORA rising to the top now, as it looks like the 87 of Mikey Lovis will get his lap back here. 24 cars remain on the lead lap, and a handful of cars pulling it behind the wall here tonight. Joel Wood, Alan Larson, James Brown, John Pensula, Dominic Dyball, and Preston Boers and Gordon Berkey all retiring early as a result of being gobbled up by the monster here at Talladega Superspeedway. Double file, they get ready to go. Michael Whitlock, Dustin Loynes, one more parade lap, and they will be back to green flag racing on lap 31, leaving exactly 41 laps left to go.
Well, I'm not sure what I missed over there at the beer stand, but I know I missed the first half of this race, so I missed probably the last couple of pit stops. Did Mr. Whitlock, did he pit here recently? If not, he's going to be short on fuel, I believe.
Jason Stoutsman keeping an eye on pit road. Let's talk about that number 28 machine, the Collisionworx Express Auto Body of Michael Whitlock. When do you recall the last time he came down pit road, and will he need another pit stop to make it work for him?
No, I believe he came down here and got 2 tires of fuel, if I'm not mistaken.
I didn't see him pull in on this caution. I know I've been riding with him. Him and the 04, I think, were the 2 that stayed out there. Borges, I think he was the first one off the pit lane there, and he's fallen in 3rd. Could be wrong.
We will have to go back and check the replay to see exactly what happened and how that came together. Michael Whitlock, Dustin Loynes, they are on the front row, and if you pitted this last time around, you might be able to make it the rest of the way. If not, it's going to be very close. Get ready to roll the dice here at Talladega. 61 laps in the books, 61 laps about to be scored, 41 laps left to be taken here at Talladega Superspeedway. Pace car will get the heck out of the way. Force Racing Ford Mustang gets down to pit road. Michael Whitlock, Dustin Loynes, get ready, guys. We're going to go back to green flag racing here and have ourselves a good time doing it. 41 laps left to complete the Collisionworx Express 101. Michael Whitlock drops the hammer, and we are back to racing. These guys are working as hard as they can. As you see them now, we're running as hard as they can. The high line getting a little bit crazy. The 8 machine, that belongs to Martin Porter, the Berkey sandblasting and painting machine, getting a little wiggle, able to rescue it. And now all these drivers making decisions on where they want to go, how they want to do it. New leader in the 32 of Ryan Borges, as him and Nathan Sedlak take away the lead from the 28 of Michael Whitlock. Let's go ahead and crank it up here at Talladega Superspeedway. Trouble on the track involving the 11 of David Williams out there. He got involved with the 02 machine, that was 02, belonging, that's the Jeg machine of Charlie Starks, getting involved as well. The Ford machine of Aaron Atwell and the 22 machine of Mr. Excitement himself, TJ Graves. 4 cars involved in that one. 3 cars go into the infield, and Matt will bring out the caution flag one more time. It looks like we might have had another almost separate incident out there as the 87 machine of Mikey Lovis almost ended up going around by accident. David Williams having contact for the Junior Motorsports Chevrolet out there as he hits the inside wall, hits the outside wall, basically hits anything that was nailed down here throughout turn 1. TJ Graves, Mr. Excitement, He's going to have a little bit of damage. He's got to repair himself as a result of that one. And Charlie Starks, the 0-2 machine, gets out relatively unscathed as a result of that incident. Charlie Starks might get the penalty for bringing that one out, but right now we are back under the caution flag. It's something we always say, guys, cautions breed cautions.
Yeah, cautions do breed cautions, but this is going to, I think, erase the fuel issue, I believe. I think this is going to help these guys out tremendously on saving some fuel. The slower they go, the less fuel they're using.
The slower they go, the less fuel they're using, and they're allowed to clutch it, turn off the engine, turn on the engine. Jason, what are we going to be looking for these guys to do to try to save as much fuel as possible going into the final stretches of this race?
Yeah, you're going to want to run it in third or fourth gear, and then when you get up to speed and where you get to gain it on the car in front of you, you won't push that clutch in and turn that thing off, and that way you know you're not burning any extra fuel. And then when you start lagging back a little bit, you can just pop the clutch, throw it in gear, and cruise on up back and do it again. And just keep doing it over and over. Most of these drivers should be in the routine of doing that.
Couple drivers coming down pit road right now involved in that incident. TJ Graves, Ricky Schlick going to come down pit road. Charlie Starks in the Jegs machine going to come down pit road. The Agassiz Speedway Ford Mustang and Mark McFadden's going to come down pit road this time by. And those will be the only four that are going to throw their hand out the window and say, yeah, let's go take some fuel while we got the chance. Everybody else up front looks like they're going to roll the dice a little bit here, guys.
Yeah, tell me something there, Jason. Maybe you can answer this question. I've always wondered this. If you watch these guys every once in a while, they'll drop down off the banking down onto the flat of the racetrack under a caution lap. What are they doing that for?
Oh, that ain't for nothing. That's just, I don't know. They think it's shorter, and that's what they tell me, that it's a shorter way around. But I can save just as much fuel on the banking. As with these cars right here, you really don't have a pickup problem. I mean, when they're out, and you've got power until about 0.3 of a gallon, so you really don't have to worry about that.
So that's all in the driver's head then. They think they're doing something to help out, but they're really not doing much anything. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Yeah, if you're cutting it off, I mean, you're saving as much fuel as you can. If you got the clutch in and you ain't pulling any RPM, you're not pulling back on the motor and you're just coasting through there, that's all the gas you can save right there. It don't matter if you're on the banking or not, really.
Now, I know on the real boys out there, when they're running at Talladega, fuel pump is actually located on the right-hand side of the car. I don't think it's like that in this. I don't know if they do it, but when they're running low on fuel, they'll bring it down off of the banking under caution because the fuel isn't being pushed up towards the outside of the fuel cell anymore. That way, the gas will continue to flow into the fuel pump. That's why they do it in real life. I didn't know if that had any kind of an effect here in the iRacing series or not. Apparently, no.
No, it doesn't, and you're right. You know, it's the G-load that keeps that fuel pickup full, and with these cars, they don't have that in the build, and it'll pick up every bit of fuel till it gets down to 0.3. Now, you may have to shake it around a little thin, but it's still going to sputter once you get down to 0.3. As long as you got, you know, I'd say these guys got well over that in these tanks, and yeah, you won't have that problem on here.
Well, thank you for answering that question for me, Jason. That's something I've been wondering about for a long time here, because I still see them doing it here in iRacing. Didn't know if it helped, and now we know.
Yeah, I've tested that over time and time again, and it's the same fuel mileage.
So Ryan Borges will now inherit the lead as we get the 2 to go command here at Talladega Super Speedway. It's going to be Ryan Borges up front, Nathan Sedlak in his head, if nothing else. The 80 saving fuel coming down on the apron. And I guess, you know, it's something I never thought about, guys. In the virtual car, the fuel pump doesn't necessarily come into play. It only comes into play if the sim says it's broken.
Yeah, apparently. I was assuming that they were kind of set up like the real cars were, but yeah, that does kind of make sense. What he's saying there, they didn't build it into the sim. Maybe that's something they'll look into the future.
iRacing is continually evolving, continually changing, to become the world's biggest racing sim and most realistic racing sim. Drivers from all over the world are racing from the comfort of their homes, in some cases for championships, for NASCAR trophies, and in this case here in CORA, a little bit of Sunday money as the winners walk away with a little bit of spending money in their pockets for having a good finish here at Talladega Super Speedway. You yourself can find yourself here on iRacing. Just go to iRacing.com. All kinds of new specials going on for new subscribers. You never know. Find yourself here running Sunday Money with the drivers of CORA of the Championship Online Racing Association. iRacing.com, the only racing sim you'll need in 2014. Lights are going to go off this time by Ryan Borges, Nathan Sedlak, Michael Whitlock, Eric Sharp, David Wank, your top 5. Sal Accardi, Dustin Loynes, Everett Lane, Michael Churchman, Martin Porter rounding out your top 10. Bradley Cooper, Don Stevenson, Richard Holland, Gary Bauer, and Jay Anderson, your top 15. Ryan Keyes, Sean Dower, Garrett Outwell, Mark McFadden, and TJ Graves rounding out your top 20. And guys, 23 cars remain on the lead lap. Phil Gary is the first car 1 lap down. David Williams 3 laps down. Colton Berkey 5 laps down. What was a group of 33 has decreased to a group of 26. Attrition.
Boy, that's a word you don't usually hear that a lot until the big one. Like I said, I was at the beer stand too long, so I probably missed that too. But I guess I need to quit drinking. That's my big problem here. That will be in good shape, huh?
I think you and I both have a very similar problem out there, and it's not a bad thing. A couple drivers missing that we talked about earlier in the race. Guys like James Wilkins missing from tonight's race. Also, Joel Wood are parking it early. But I think the biggest surprise for me is the 78 machine of Michael Johnson, the RMT trucking machine, did not qualify into the race this week for whatever reason that he didn't. He's in top 10 in points. This could hurt him if he just doesn't show up for this race.
Oh yeah, this is definitely going to drop him back in the points. The points are pretty tight right now. They could actually drop him out of the top 15 if I did my math right here, which I think I did. But if he don't want to miss too many races. You miss a lot of races, get yourself out of the top 10 and out of the chase. Yeah, that's going to hurt you, especially when you're looking at the next season coming up with getting a sponsorship.
Michael Johnson, 7 wins or 7 starts on the series, 1 pole, 1 top 5, building him together a nice little consistent season here. But missing this race is definitely going to hurt him. But then you got guys like Sean Dower, who's only started 5 races here in the Sunday Money Series, and he's now broken into the top 12, into that chase position. So it can happen here, but it's going to definitely hurt him depending on how this rest of this field shakes out. We'll go back to Green Flag Racing scoring lap number 67. It'll be Ryan Borges, Nathan Sedlak on the front row, getting ready to do business. Here they go. The 32 machine of Ryan Borges hits the hammer. The 35 of Nathan Sedlak, he's going to drop in right behind him. That is going to be the number 86, Eric Sharp. Earlier in the race, he was a lap down. Now the Storm Motorsports driver is battling for position up front.
Oh, Nathan Sedlak, I don't know if he wants to go low, if he wants to go high. He's been both within 1 turn. Now they're heading down the back straightaway here. Looks like the 35 of Nathan Sedlak is going to go out into the lead, followed closely by the 86 car of Eric Sharp.
Check up in the field. Looks like it's going to collect a couple cars, but nothing major. They continue to run. The big benefactor in that is going to be the 35 of Nathan Sedlak, your one-time Rookie of the Year. Now going to show a little bit of muscle here at Talladega Super Speedway in the Collisionworx Express 1-1. He's going to get the push from Eric Sharp right behind him, and those 2 drivers pick up first and second. There's now finishing lap 67, over 2/3 of the way done here at Talladega. We are only a handful of laps away, a little over 30 laps away from crowning a champion in the Collisionworx Express 1-1. Ryan Borges 3rd, David Wank 4th, and now it's a battle for 5th. The 04 of Dustin Loynes, the 39 of Sal Accardi. They are going to battle for position number 5 out there, and Sal Accardi, driver of the number 39 machine, that is the Curiel trucking machine, the only Curiel trucking machine left in the field. He's going to get the push from the 1 of Everett Lane, the W&W trucking machine, and those two drivers are going to try to truck their way up front, both of those knowing that they have big ramifications for where they finish in this race.
Yeah, it looks like the top 4 here are going to single file it out and try to pull away from this pack of cars behind them. Just as I say that, here comes the 39 car. He's coming on up the outside here, coming down through the front stretch here to turn 1.
Nathan Sedlak, Eric Sharp now under fire from the 39 of Ryan, striking out of the 39 machine of Sal Accardi, getting the push from Everett Lane, and here comes the rest of the cavalry behind Michael Churchma, the Elgin, Illinois Lafarge machine. He's in the mix now. The 04 machine of Dustin Loynes, despite being involved in a couple incidents, he's now in the mix. The LaSalle Speedway machine of Bradley Cooper, he's now in the mix once again. And he's going to get some help from the 8 machine of Martin Porter, driving that Berkey sandblasting and painting machine. Don't count out the old school's racing drivers yet. They're still in the mix. The 31 to 60, they are now back in the mix. Richard Holland, Martin Porter at the tail end of that low line. And then there's a man who started 3rd in this race, Gary Bauer. He's now position number 13. Guys, business is just picking up here at Talladega Superspeedway.
I'm just watching Everett Lane here. He's kind of weaving it back and forth in behind Salicardi. He's up there right behind Salicardi. He's moving it back and forth. I don't know what he's trying to do there. It looks like he's trying to get a push, but every time he gets up behind him there, he kind of weaves it out wide. I don't know if he's needing air on the front nose of that car or what's going on there.
One machine, he rode on board with him for a moment there. It's Everett Lane, the W&W trucking machine. It looks like he is just trying to aspirate that engine a little bit, get some air, the cooler air in it. It doesn't blow it up. The more air he can get into it, the cooler he can keep that engine, the harder he can push at 39, and you see it paying off right there in spades. The 39 machine, that is Salicardi. He now gets up to the front. The Curiel trucking machine leads for the first time tonight after getting the big push from the 1 of Everett Lane. Nathan Sedlak still rolling on to position number 3. Martin Porter, Bradley Cooper, those guys now on the air appearance on the high side, and they're now going to get joined by that 47 machine, the Coles Wheelberg trucking center machine of Don Stevenson. They're going to try to make some moves happen here as the 25 now gets on the line. The 25 is on the apron. That could hurt him. Bradley Cooper, who's running so strong in that draft. That machine is going to go from the penthouse to the doghouse, score the LaSalle Speedway machine way back in the field.
Yeah, and if he don't step on that thing, he's going to lose the draft right there.
They don't have a choice if he can't get someone to help him out and give him a push. Back up front, down 3, single file, Accardi, Lane, Sedlak, your top 3, and now battles for position number 4 on back. Eric Sharp trying to hold on to position number 4. Martin Porter trying to take it away. 2x2, they continue to run, and it's going to be 2x2 all the way back to position, looks like number 12. Now as the 8 and 47 find their second win, and somehow they put the sails out on those machines, and now they are cruising for position number 1. This just shows you that these nationwide cars, they may be a little underpowered, but they can still tandem draft like nobody's business. And if you've got a good tandem drafting partner, you can come sail away very quickly.
And here comes the number 8 car, Martin Porter, out for the lead there. He's just 1 car length up ahead of the 39 car now, being pushed by
47 of Don Stevenson.
47 of Don Stevenson. Thank you very much there. My drinking is really coming into play now, I think. And 39 of Salicardi is going to be pushing back on the outside by the 1 of Everett D. Lane. 2x2 all the way back to the field.
Martin Porter now getting the push from the 47 of Don Stevenson. Remember, Don's won one of these races here in this the nationwide style car, and he can take it away one more. He's, I believe, if my memory serves me right, he is currently the points leader in these nationwide style cars. He's perennially a top 5 favorite in these machines and seems to really enjoy racing in them, and you see why up there. Don Stevenson, the Coles Wheelberg Truck Center Chevrolet, trying to push as hard as he can, and we got a wreck down the field. And Mr. Excitement, the 22 of TJ Graves, he's going to go around. And it looks like he's going to have help from the 4 machine. That is Garrett Atwell, the Neon machine, giving the shove to that unsponsored TJ Graves machine. No yellow on the track, so we will continue racing out there. But it should come out now as the 22 right in the middle of harm's way.
Yeah, it just looks like that 4 was pushing him real hard, and it turned that 22 right around, or pushed him up into the wall, rather, and then that's when he lost it.
89 machine now getting smoke on his tires. That's the 89 of Ricky Schlick. He was right behind the 4, getting the shot from the 87 of Mikey Lovis. He almost lost it going through turns 3 and 4, where we've seen a lot of guys lose it out here tonight. Able to rescue it. The 87 gave him the room, but I still got a feeling there is no love lost between Ricky Schlick and Mikey Lovis out there. The 89, 87, you see them running as close as they can as they get around the 4 of Garrett Atwell. The DuPont, the AC Delco Chevrolets, there's got to be a little bad blood between them in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, some of these drivers out here, they might hold a little grudge and push you pretty hard or rub you a little raw, but it just depends on what spot you are out here on the track. In a place like this, you might put that aside to give them a push to catch this lead group, or, you know, and save it for a place where you can really knock the far out of them, like Martinsville or Milwaukee or something like that.
27 laps to go when we cross the start-finish line, and Martin Porter leads his first laps, closing lap 75, now on lap 76. That's his second consecutive lap that he's led in the Berkey's painting and sandblasting machine. The 39 of Salicardi immediately behind him, giving him the shove, and then there's Don Stevenson and David Wenck running on the high side, trying to get something working. The old schools drivers, the 31 machine of Richard Holland, Sean Dower, those two guys looking for another second, third, or even better first, second finish as they get ready to go, as they continue to run here on Talladega Super Speedway. The Collisionworx Express 101 coming closer and closer to an end as they continue to run out here. It is going to be 26 laps to go here left on the field as the Martin Porter continues to lead them through. Salicardi second, Everett Lane third, and that top group, they are bunched up. 88 goes around, 88 in trouble. Michael Churchma involved in a big incident. He's going to go spinning by himself. The 88 machine now in the middle of harm's way, and they're going to bring out the yellow flag as Churchma. Heavy damage. Elgin, Illinois, Lafarge machine. That is big trouble for the 88 machine. That is something he could not afford right now.
Yeah, that 86 car just come up on him there and door slammed him there in that tri-oval.
Door slammed him in the tri-oval as we get the replay going for you. It looks like the 88 just literally got the shove from the 86. That's one of his Storm Motorsports teammates, Eric Sharp, giving him the shove up there, and that goes right in just off the safer barrier and head first into that unprotected wall. The 88 goes spinning around, goes spinning on the driver's side. It's a good thing this is sim racing, otherwise he definitely might need the attention of a medic. Michael Churchman needing to burn one of his 2 quick fixes out here, and that's going to hurt his opportunities and his chances on the track.
Yeah, he's most definitely going to be bringing that car to pit road. It's pretty beat up.
Know exactly what happened there. It just looked like whoever was inside there just kind of lost it. Just kind of, I don't know. It just right up into the side, like he said, he door slammed him. Teammates? Maybe
teammates
not today.
I'm sure there's going to be a little bit of discussion about that incident in the Storm Motorsports camp, as Eric Sharp and Michael Churchman are going to have a little discussion between themselves exactly how that happened and making sure that they can prevent that from happening in the future. Martin Porter, Salicardi, Everett Lane, Don Stevenson. It looks like Nathan Sedlak going to be your top 5, as this time around pit road should be open, and these guys should be able to come down for fuel and whatever else service they need. Coming down pit road, Martin Porter will have the option first and foremost. He's going to bypass. Salicardi bypass. Everett Lane bypasses. It looks like nobody's really going to come to the attention of their crews. No, check that. Dustin Lloyd's going to come down. Ryan Borges will come down. Richard Holland's going to come down, and so will Sean Dower. Ricky Schlick will come down. No, Schlick and Lovis throw the fake. They stick Garrett Atwell down on pit road, and a couple other drivers, including the 09, the luck machine of Ryan Keese, the Collisionworx auto body machine of Michael Whitlock down on pit road. Jason Stout, what are they looking for?
Yeah, it looks like these guys are popping it off with fuel. I know the 04 did. It looks like a couple other guys may be fixing a little bit of damage. I know if right there you got the 88 car, he's going to be on pit road for quite a while. He'll probably have to come back another time, or he'll be a lap down.
The number 60 car, Sean Doer, he had to back up to get back into his stall. He overshot his pits. That's going to hurt him up there on the track. Looks like They're going to be able to stay together, though. The two teammates there, the AutosForSale.com cars, they're going to be able to stay together on the track and be able to draft back up to the front. But that's going to drop Sean Dewar all the way back to 21st position, that little miscue in the pits there.
Miscue's going to hurt him. Martin Porter, though, the big beneficiary, the Berkey sand painting and sandblasting machine, stays up position number 1 as they continue to run here under the yellow flag. Salicardi, Everett Lane, Don Stevenson, David Wenck, your top 5. How are they going to finish? Only one way to find out. Stay tuned, racing, as you are watching LSRTV's live coverage of the Collisionworx Express 101 on the CORA Sunday Money Series live on LSRTV. Porter, Salicardi, Everett Lane, your top 3 here in the Collisionworx Express 101. It's the last run of the nationwide cars in the CORA Sunday Money Series till we get to the chase all the way out in June. We are about 3 months away from it, but these guys all looking forward to it, all looking forward to running these races and running them as hard as they can here on LSR TV and ultimately accumulating with that championship. Martin Porter, Salicardi, Everett Lane, Don Stevenson, David Wenck, your top 5 this time around. They should get the 1 to go signal, and they should go back to green flag racing on lap 82. 20 laps to go. It'll be 20 laps when we get back to the start-finish line. Bad news for Michael Churchma. He will get penalized for that incident, and he's going to have to go all the way back to the end of the longest line. That is going to hurt his opportunities moving forward there, Carl.
Oh, yeah, that's going to hurt him definitely. This being the last race of the B Series class, we are going into the Gen 6 cars. Here it looks like in 2 weeks we'll be heading out to Atlanta for the Gen 6 cars. New championship season going with those, and this is the last official race of the championship season for the B class cars, and we'll be going. I think we have one more race left in these guys for the chase for the Cup, which will decide the championship in this year's series. But, yeah, I mean, that's not a good ending to a season, to the B class season, that's for sure.
Next week at Atlanta, the Gen 6 Series starts here in the CORA Sunday Money Series with a Coles Wheelberg 125 at Atlanta, followed by another trip to Talladega, Charlotte, and Daytona before we end up with the Indy cars to finish out the rest of the regular season. Halfway point of the CORA Sunday Money Series as we get done here tonight. You don't want to miss the rest of the action here on LSRTV. Find out more at their website, CORA-Racing.com. CORA-Racing, the championship online racing association. Martin Porter, Sal Liccardi restarting on the front row. And Jason, real quick, do most of these guys have enough to make it work, enough fuel to make it work for the rest of the way?
I think most of them do with these caution laps we've had. I've heard that most everybody's been cutting it off and riding, coasting in neutral with the motor off. They might have saved enough. It'll be awful close.
It'll be awful close as they get ready to go back to green flag racing here. It'll be 20 to go when they cross the start-finish line. Martin Porter leading laps for the first time this season. Sal Liccardi, Everett Lane wanting to take it away from him. And then the proven champions, guys like Don Stevenson, David Wink, Nathan Sedlak, all eager to make something work out there. Green flag getting ready to fly. It'll all be in control of Martin Porter. He sees it like a bull to a flag. Here he goes. 20 laps to go before we decide the winner of the Collisionworx Express 101. Martin Porter up front, Everett Lane second, Sal Liccardi third, Don Stevenson fourth, and caution back on the field one more time. It looks like they bunched them up in the back of the field. No caution out. Oh no, caution flag will come out one more time. It looks like these guys did not get the right starting order. And now we're being told that it was a bad restart. It was a false restart on the part of the 1 and the 8 machine and the 1 machine. They said the 1 did not pull up to the back of the 8 machine out there, and that is going to cause them to do the restart one more time.
Well, this will give me a little chance to.
And we're taking a look at it on the replay right now, and you see it right there as the pace. Laura's getting the replay ready, I should say. So let's go ahead and that's going to be an interesting restart. The fact that that could have been assessed with a penalty, couldn't it, Carl?
Very well. They may look at the 1 car and give him a penalty on that. His job is to stay with the 8 car until the green flag drops.
You're seeing it right now on that replay. There's a significant gap, about half a car length between the 1 and the 8 on that restart. And as soon as they drop the green flag, the number 1 then decides to go and then decides to try to get on the rear bumper of the 8 machine. But to bring the field back down, to make them restart and all that, it seems to me that they just go to black flag the 1 for a poor restart, similar to what we saw happen to Jimmy Johnson last season at New Hampshire.
Yeah, it's a very good possibility because basically what he did is he caused an accordion effect because everybody else sees the 8 car taking off, the 1 car is kind of lagging back, and accordions the entire field. Could have caused a really major accident out there. Could have taken off the entire inside line, which would have at that point probably taken off the outside line as well.
Caution flag out again. Should go back to green flag racing next in 1.5 more laps. The light should go off this time by. Jason, nobody coming down pit road. Should we expect anybody coming down pit road from here on out?
No, I'd say what they've got right now is what they're going to finish with. If we're so close right now, if they're gambling on fuel, this is just helping them.
On the dice here as we continue to tick off laps. Lights are going to stay on this time, which is a little bit surprising, but they're going to let them run out here.
Now I'm back to my little announcement I was going to give you here a couple minutes ago. The last official race of the season is going to be the IndyCars at Michigan, and I will be broadcasting from the inside of a IndyCar as I drive. I'm going to be driving that race and doing some on-track commentating for you.
That's the May 18th, 2014. That's definitely going to be a very interesting race for everybody involved. And actually, that might actually be an LSRTV first. I don't believe we have had a live commentator from within the car.
I just have a really good setup for Michigan for the Indy cars, and I really love running that track. I ran it earlier this season in the trucks. That's just a really fun track to run. There's so much room. It's a really wide track. You can get 4 wide on that track. Get it down on the apron of the track during the front straightaway. It's just a lot of fun. I love running it, and like I said, I have a really good setup for the Indy car for the Michigan track, and I just thought it would be kind of neat to do something a little bit different, do a little bit of commentating from inside the cockpit, and I'll probably end up parking it halfway through, and then I'll run up to the booth with you for the rest of the race. But I just want to get out there and do a few laps and have some fun. Being that I'm not racing for the points, it really doesn't matter for me. Just to get out there and have a little bit of fun doing it.
But you guys are running for a little bit of cash every week here in the CORA Sunday Money Series, and halfway, and you're leading it. I think we know where we can find you at.
And if I win it, guess what? We'll have our own little beer party up here in the booth the following week. How's that sound?
Oh, hey, there you go. Well, this could be lucrative for everybody involved here. And that's all I'm saying is, don't get your chickens before they hatch.
I don't know about leading it because I mean, we have some tremendous drivers. Like I've said before, CORA has some of the elite drivers in iRacing. For me to get out there and race one race in a season, it'd be a real tall order for me to be out there leading. I'm just going to go out and have some fun, try to stay out of some trouble, give you guys some really cool commentating. You can do some in-car stuff with me there, and we'll have a lot of fun with it, I think.
Agreeing as you guys continue to run, but lots of payouts here. The cool thing about the Championship Online Racing Association and the Sunday Money Series, they pay out all 18 positions. Top 18 walk away with something as a result of their efforts out here. First walks away with $30 guaranteed to the winner. $22.50 goes to second place, third, fourth, fifth, all the way down to 18th place, which gets at least half of their entry fees back. They can put towards more Sunday Money races, more Sunday Money qualifiers, or just put in the bank for themselves. CORA-racing.com, the home of Championship Online Racing Association. Go there, find out all about the series. If you're on iRacing, you can qualify in to any of these big Sunday Money races, and if you end up winning, you can walk away with a little bit of cash in your pocket. Lots of other championships as well. Of course, there is the Points Championship. They are running a side qualifying championship as well. So the top qualifiers walk away with all kinds of prizes, such as a 1-year subscription to iRacing, the DSD Crew Chief button controller. The top qualifier here in the entire series walks away with a 2-gig GeForce GTX 660 Superclocked that will run 4 monitors out there. The Sunday B cars, the champion of the B cars walks away with $30. Champion of the trucks walks away with $36. Indy cars walks away with a little bit of money, and the champion, the overall champion here in the Sunday Money Series, walks away $200 richer for 6 months, for a 6-month season of iRacing every Sunday. That's qualifying every week, the qualifying races, that is making the show, and ultimately being the best driver out there. And this year we are guaranteed to have a brand new champion in season number 4. Lights will go off this time by, so Martin Porter, Everett Lane will go ahead and restart them. And very interesting here, Everett Lane did not officially take a penalty result of that botched start. He's going to end up being the beneficiary of his start there and start in second instead of third.
I'm at a loss. I don't know exactly what's going on there. Yeah, he's going to definitely benefit on that. I guess they crossed the start-finish line, I guess, with him in second place. That's the only thing I can figure on that. Usually on a restart of a restart, they start back at the positions where they were at the time of the first caution, but apparently they're doing things a little bit differently now.
Stranger things happen here in the Sunday Money Series, but this one's definitely a very interesting restart. But you still have a lot of talent deep in that field right there, and just that top 6 alone. Martin Porter, Everett Lane, your front row. Salicardi, David Wenck, row number 2. Don Stevenson, Nathan Sedlak, row number 3. Then you guys got guys like Eric Sharp, Gary Bauer, Ricky Schlick, Mikey Lovis, Mark McFadden still in the mix. Garrett Atwell still in the mix in position number 19. Michael Churchman restarting all the way back from position number 22. And guys, all that did was it really just made this field that much tighter. It was going to be a 20-lap restart. Now we're only at 15 laps to the checkers.
Yeah, these guys are going to be going for broke when this green flag comes out. They're going to get more aggressive, and then we may see more cautions.
Cautions breed cautions, as we are off to say here at Talladega Superspeedway. The big monster is not one to be forgiving. Not in the least. 15 laps when we go back to green flag racing. Martin Porter, Everett Lane, Salicardi, David Wank, Don Stevenson, your top 5. Nathan Sedlak, Eric Sharp, Gary Bauer, Ricky Schlick, Jay Anderson, your top 10. As the pace car, the first racing Ford Mustang pace car will make the hard left turn down pit road and into the safety of pit road. This time by Martin Porter, Everett Lane on the front row. And get ready for some very exciting racing to ensue here at Talladega Superspeedway. If it's a clean start, we'll have 15 to go before we decide the champion of the Collisionworx Auto Body, Collisionworx Express 101. Martin Porter hits the hammer. We're back to green flag racing. Bad start for the 1 machine. Looks like he spun the tires, and he's going to block the 20 machine of David Wank. That's his rival in points.
Well, we're going to have to get a look at that again to see what happened there with the Everett Lane car. Boy, he did not get a good start at all. He just, like you said, it looked like he may have spun the tires. I'm going to see if I can get inside of his car here and see what happened.
89 machine now making it go 3 wide as he ducks under the line. The 20 machine of David Wank in the gully hole now, caught between the two lines of cars. The low line led by the 89, the high line led by the 27. David Wank now going to get passed by those cars, loses 4 positions there to Ricky Schlick, the 89 machine, the 27, the Sim Racing setup analyzer of Gary Bauer, the 87 of Mikey Lovis, and the other Sim Racing setup analyzer machine of Jay Anderson. They pass the 20 machine with ease, and now they're going to bunch them up. Back up front, it's Tandem Racing. As time runs out, Martin Porter, Salicardi, Don Stevenson, Everett Lane, your top 4 positions, now battles for 5th.
And as a top 4, once again, they group up together, single file. They're going to pull away from the second group cars here. I think that's wise, just to go ahead and get some distance between the second group, or you think they're going to be sitting ducks here once these guys get a good run?
With 4 of them together, they just better hook up and go and stay in line. Because, yeah, if these 6 work together, they could be sitting ducks. But as soon as they
looks like that 6 is going to get down here single file. They're going to do the same thing. Yank caution's out again. We got a big wreck in the back of the field.
Big wreck out of the back of the field now. That's going to involve the 68 of Phil Gary, then 88 of Churchma involved in it once again. Sean Dower, one of the AutosForSale.com's machine, involved in it. 3 cars that I can see involved in that wreck. And Michael Churchma, once again, when it rains, it pours for the 88 team, and it is pouring in a big time for the Lafarge team. Watch a replay right now, and we're watching the number 88 of Michael Churchman. He's running in line there with a 60, there the 09 and the 28 and the 68. Those guys go working around there and way up in front of them. And it's the 2 old schools motorsports drivers. The 31 machine of Richard Holland turning his teammate, the 60 of Sean Dower, and that's going to cause a chain reaction behind him involving the 68, the 88, and the 09 machine. So 5 cars ultimately getting a little piece of that one, and it all starts as a mistake between teammates.
And that's a shame. I was talking to Sean Dewar back in the garage area before the race there. He was telling me he's starting in the back. He said, but keep an eye on me. He said, me and my partner are coming to the front. Unfortunately, it don't look like it's going to happen that way. That's a shame. He had high hopes for today's race, and I think his hopes just got shattered.
It's definitely a hard break for them. You saw them running up front all night. You saw them running up front all throughout the group, and these guys were running as hard as they could, and then ultimately to go out like that's a hard break.
Yeah, it is, because I know Sean's real excited about getting his car up there into the chase this season. Like he was telling me in I had with him after last week's race that he was hoping to get his partners. He's got two more drivers that are on his team there with him. He was trying to get he was hoping to get everybody up into the chase here for the end of the season. But stuff like that's not going to help you. That's not going to get you up in the front. That's going to drop you out of the championship chance.
More importantly, though, we're learning that it's about 5 laps of caution every single time. So this point in the race, we're scoring a lap 90. We know there's 12 laps to go left in the race. When we get back to green flag racing, we will have about 7 laps ago before we go back to green flag. When at that 7 lap to go mark, if another caution flag comes out, unless it comes out immediately, the race is going to be over, guys.
Yeah, for them leaders, they're loving it, saving all the fuel they can right here. And if they was close, that puts them over the top right there.
10 cautions, 35 lead changes, 10 cautions, 35 laps so far run under caution, which is for 10 cautions, that's not bad here at CORA. 20 lead changes, though, gives you an idea of how competitive they are. Carl, I hate to cut you off there. What was the thought you were going to have there?
It just seems like this season the super speedways have been poisoned to CORA. We had a beautiful race last week on an intermediate track. They ran a wonderful race. They did a great job. They get out here in the super speedways and it just seems like they get bit by the bad luck monkey or something out here. They're just having a hard time keeping under green today for some reason.
Sean Dewar is going to get the penalty for that one, so Dewar is going to go all the way back to the tail end of the field, going to lose his teammate out there, which actually might not be the worst case for either one of them, as cooler heads can prevail. 60 minutes left a year to go in the race, so it's going to be the difference of 15 minutes or 11 or 10 laps to finish. But we should be able to finish under the green flag. But it's all going to depend on how these drivers want to race and how competitive they run here on the field.
Well, you hit the nail right on the head right there. These guys are super competitive. That's why you see a lot of this stuff happening. These guys are pushing for everything they got, and mistakes happen. When you get that competitive and you're pushing that hard, yeah, you have a little bit more problems. You have more mistakes than what you really want to have. It's sometimes better just to lay back and let the race unfold for you.
Let the race unfold, let everything work out the way it's going to work out. As the lights stay on, it's going to be a 5-lap shootout for the cash out here tonight. Not a 6-lap shootout, a 5-lap shootout, which means we're only going to have one shot at restarting this race.
We're definitely going to have a shootout here. This is going to be very, very interesting to see how this is going to play out. Martin Porter has been running a great race here the second half of the race, keeping that car up front, keeping the nose clean on it. Salacardi right behind him. They're going to be pushing him with Don Stevens, Everett Lane, and Gary Bauer. Your top 5 here. It's going to be an interesting run to the end.
I said 5 laps race a minute ago. No, it's going to be a 9-lap restart. A green flag run before at the restart. So 9 laps will be remaining in this race before we go back to green flag racing. And guys, still 9 laps. If you consider it, they can have one incident in the. It's got to happen though immediately when they come to restart. If they wait for 5 to go before something happens, then the race will end under yellow flag.
One shot. That's all they're going to get at it. They need to get if they get past about 2 more laps, they're done. That's going to be finishing under yellow. That's not what we want to see. We want to see a green flag finish on this.
Yeah, these guys are going to be going for broke right here because every one of them will know that.
Jason, I was just about to ask you that. These guys can go for broke, but the question is, will they? They haven't seen them come down pit road in quite some time. Will they be able to go for broke?
I'd say that you've got some out there that can push pretty hard right now, and you've got some that wants to lay back here, but, within 10 laps, I'd say everybody's pretty much got what they're going to have to the end, so they might go pretty hard right here.
Martin Porter, Salacardi restarting on the front row right behind him. Don Stevenson, who's already won one of the races in the B Series. Everett Lane on the outside of him, and Everett Lane looking like he's going to try to get that delayed start one more time. The 27 of Gary Bauer restarting 5th, Jay Anderson 6th, Nathan Sedlak, Eric Sharp, Ricky Schlick, Mikey Lovis rounding out your top 10 as the pace car lights are off. One more parade lap, and these guys are coming up against the clock. Martin Porter, Salacardi getting ready to go green flag racing here in just a half a lap. And Martin Porter, he's got to do everything he can. If there's ever a time to pull out all the tricks in the book, now is it, guys.
What I'm telling you, I'm looking at the points here right now. We have 1, 2, 3. We got 4 cars that look like they're in danger of falling out of the top 12 in points here. This is really going to shake the points up here at the end of this race. Looks like we got Joel Wood, James Brown, Gordon Berkey, Michael Johnson. Yeah, they're all in danger of falling out of the top 12 right now.
Yeah, with those guys being out of the race tonight, with all of them ending their nights early, that is going to make some very interesting situations for them as we get ready to go back here to Green Flag Racing. 9 laps left here in this big feature in the Collisionworx Express 101 here at Talladega Super Speedway. Martin Porter, Sal Liccardi, your front row. Don Stevenson, Everett Lane, row number 2. Gary Bauer, Jay Anderson, Nathan Sedlick, Eric Sharp, Ricky Schlick, Mikey Lovis, your top 10 as the pace car, the first racing Ford Mustang pace car, hoping to get out of the way for the last time tonight here at Talladega Super Speedway. Martin Porter, Sal Liccardi, they will restart this race when we go Green Flag Racing. And Martin Porter will be in charge of the field. The Berkey sandblasting and painting machine looking for a big win. He hits the hammer. Here we go. Green flag flying for what will be the last time here at Talladega Super Speedway tonight. Martin Porter gets the big jump. Don Stevenson immediately on his back bumper. Don't write off Sal Liccardi, the Curiel Trucking Chevrolet. He's going to knock back in line. Top 3. Clean start.
9 laps. 9 laps to go, 24 more miles. Let's see if they can bring this all the way around to the finish without another caution.
The 47 right there, he's going to push as hard as he can right now. It's go time. He's going to keep that guy. He's going to keep both of them out there in front of everybody.
The 47 working in tandem. Now here comes the 39 of Sal Liccardi, the Curiel Trucking Machine, getting the shot from the W&W Trucking Machine. And those two big monsters they want to get a convoy started here and try to convoy their way up to the front. That's if the rubber duck up there will try to stop Martin Porter, the Berkey Sandblasting and Painting Machine, getting the shove from the Coles Wheelberg Truck Machine of Don Stevenson. 2x2, they race to the start-finish line, and it's going to be Martin Porter leading that lap, but here comes Sal Liccardi getting the shot from Everett Lane. Side by side, they continue to work. Lap 94 being scored right now. 7 laps to go on this, 8 laps to go on this field. The 39 now getting the shot from the 1. They got themselves a convoy rocking through this night.
And it looks like the 8 and the 47 here are going to swap ends. The 47 must have been getting a little bit too hot there. He needs to get out and get some fresh air on the car. Actually, it looks like he's going to leave the number 8 car out to dry here. He's going to fall back, and they're wrecking again.
This could be the race for the finish here at the Talladega Super Speedway. Sal Liccardi up front, Everett Lane second, Martin Porter third, and it will be Sal Liccardi crossing the line. First Everett Lane, Martin Porter, your top 3 as they cross the start finish line, and the wreck there looks like it might involve the 60 of Sean Dewar one more time. Not exactly sure where that wreck was. Guys, what'd you see?
I was up there with the leaders. The only thing I saw was smoke.
It's going to involve the 87 machine. That 87 machine belonging to Mikey Lovis. He's going to be the one spinning out there on the field. After it looks like he made contact with the 89 machine in front of him, the 87 ended up getting the losing end of that battle. And Mikey Lovis, he's going to go all the way down, spinning through the traffic there, almost all the way down to pit road. Able to rescue it though. No damage on that machine, but that should bring out another caution flag. And in fact, it does out here as the pace car definitely getting its workout out here. 11 caution flags on the field so far, guys, and that shouldn't be the one that ends it. We should have at least one more lap to go, but it's going to be a very contentious lap.
Yeah, it looks to me like the 87 car, Michael Loveless, just got into the right rear quarter panel or the right rear part of the bumper and just spun him out. That's the way it's looking to me on that.
The other problem we got, guys, is that they are running out of time. 8 minutes before this race ends under the CORA sanctioned time limit. So the big question is, can they complete these next 7 laps? The next 7 laps before time runs out?
That's a good question. We're going to have probably about 4 to 5 caution laps here, which is going to eat up most of that time right there.
Let's stay on the pace car. We are scoring lap number 96. We have 6 laps to go before this race is over. Last time around, it was they turned a lap time of 1 minute 45 seconds. So, guys, I'm almost of the mindset that this race is done.
Yeah, it's going to be awful close. The way it's been looking, they've been running about 5-6 pace laps because of the lap down cars that's accumulated on the field there, and it's putting another lap on to the pace laps here. It's going to be awful close.
It's going to be very close, so we could have very well seen the race for the win here tonight at the Collisionworx Express 101 at Talladega Super Speedway. Salicardi currently in the lead, and if I were him, I would be doing everything I can just to slow up this field to keep them from moving forward, because we're now down to 6 minutes left, or 6.5 minutes left in the race. Everett Lane right behind him in second, Martin Porter third, Don Stevens and Nathan Sedlak your top 5. Salicardi might be able to back into this win almost, guys.
Yeah, I think Salicardi's crew chief is standing up on the box over there saying that it's raining over in turn 3.
I think he's saying it's raining. He's saying that the time's running out. They're doing a rain dance. I think that crew's doing some wacky stuff right now. Is that a voodoo doll down in their pit stall?
I just seen Sal throw a beer can out the window there onto the track. That's going to have to get another caution lap under that, I think, too.
Time running out, under 6 minutes to go at this point, and we are still under the caution flag. We're running lap 96, 6 laps left to go on the field. When they cross the start-finish line, it will be 5 laps left in this feature tonight. The Collisionworx Express 101, part of the CORA Sunday Money Series here on LSRTV, coming to an end. Guys, this is the last race we're going to see of these Nationwide cars for quite a while. Next time the Nationwides come out is going to be June 8th, 2014 for Retro Night, brought to you by JJN Productions. And if the title tells you nothing, it's going to be some cool paint schemes we're going to see on these cars that night. June 8th is going to be a lot of fun to watch some of these guys get creative with the paint schemes. Lights remain on with 5 to go. 5 minutes left on the clock. Last lap, 2 minutes, 17 seconds for Salicardi. It's going to be tight, but I don't think they're going back to green flag racing.
It don't look like that to me, but I know they're going to do everything they can to try to get it back to green, though. These guys here, they've done it before. They might be able to pull one out here somehow. And I know once the clock runs down, it actually gives you an extra 10-15 seconds. So you might see a green flag lap, but I don't know.
So, guys, I'm getting the official word from the booth as we speak right now. The official's telling me that it's all about what happens and where this race is when we hit that magic number. If the race is still under the caution flag, the race will end under the caution flag when that timer hits 0. If they're under green flag racing, when the timer runs out, then they will have one more lap to get. The white flag will come out. They'll have one more lap to figure it all out, and as soon as they cross the line, the race will be over. But it's going to be very tight. Now less than 4 minutes as they go through turns 3 and 4. They're only doing about 70 miles per hour around this track. Salicardi not clutching it, not doing anything. He's good on time, but he's good on fuel. He's good on tires, but time. That's the big question right now. That's time. As it looks like they will not, by the time they cross the start-finish line, only have 3 minutes left in this race.
Well, I do know here at the end of the race, if Salicardi does win it, he better be thanking the one car of Everett Lane, because that was a beautiful push that he gave him to push him up there into the lead. So when he runs down his thank yous, Everett Lane better be one of those thank yous, because Everett was a big contributor of getting him out to the lead there, getting him around Martin Porter.
Everett Lane losing. Everett Lane, one of the 2 fast lane drivers represented in tonight's field, losing his partner early in Dominic Dyball. Those 2 drivers, so, Everett Lane running effectively by himself throughout the race tonight. Base car lights are off. We are going to have ourselves a restart. Somehow, some way, looks like we're going to have a 1-lap dash for the cash. By the time we just crossed the 3 minute to go mark. Now 2 and some change. And guys, as these guys double them up, we're going to have we should have about 1-lap restart here, and 1 lap to decide who's going to win the Collisionworx Express 101.
And what's got to be going through Salicardi's mind right now is they have to. He was hoping that they were going to be finishing under caution. I'm sure he's going to lose his pushing partner. His pushing partner is going to go to the top, and it's going to be every man for himself at this point. And Boy, this is going to be tough. It's going to be a good finish.
Racing getting to a close out here. They will have one lap to decide, maybe 2 laps if they get back around, but one lap will decide it. One lap will decide who wins the Collisionworx Express 101 here at Talladega Superspeedway. 11 pace flags, over 40 laps of yellow flag racing. These guys are this is gonna be one for the ages if they get this restarted. And time running out, less than 2 minutes to go. Yep, this should only be a 1-lap dash for the Sunday money. $30 on the line, valuable championship points on the line. Salacardi, Everett Lane both know the ramifications of tonight's race. The drivers behind him just as hungry as they are. Salacardi, Everett Lane getting ready to do business over 1 lap here at Talladega.
This race is not going to be decided by car lengths. It's not going to be decided by seconds. This race is going to be decided by hundredths of a second here when they come down to the end of this race.
50 seconds left on the official clock here at Talladega Superspeedway. They might end up getting 2 laps in. We might finish this race just under its allotted time. We'll have to figure out how it all comes together. Less than a minute on the clock. Salacardi, Everett Lane looking for the magic flag to finish this race. Salacardi, Everett Lane side by side. They both hit the hammer at the same time. We are now scoring lap 99. 3 laps to go on the scorecard, but it's going to probably end up being just 1, maybe 2. 30 seconds left in server. Salacardi, Everett Lane, Martin Porter, Don Stevenson. I'll jump in line.
Everett Lane drops back down behind Salacardi to give him one last push here. He's going to try to push him out away from them, and then as soon as they come down to 1 lap to go, I bet you're going to see Everett's going to pop his nose out there. He's going to try to come up around the Salacardi car. You watch and see.
15 seconds to go in server. 47-35 now hooked up. They're going to try to find something on the high side. Get around the 8 of Martin Porter. 47 now breaks away from the 35. 47-35. Still trying to make it work. Down in front. Salacardi, Everett Lane. Still working nose to tail. Everett Lane now trying to get around Salacardi. Time is run out officially. We'll see what the flag displayed is when we cross the start-finish line. And it is going to be Salacardi crossing first. Everett Lane second. Martin Porter officially third. 1 to go. White flag officially out here on the field. Salacardi, Everett Lane, first, second. Now it's Don Stevenson as the 18 machine gets loose. 18 machine on the apron. We'll follow with your leaders. The 39, the 1 machine. They're now on the apron as they continue to do battle. Now here comes Don Stevenson getting the push from Nathan Sedlak into turns 3 and 4.
And there's cars going around the backstretch.
Cars going around the backstretch. We'll come back to that. This could be a photo finish to determine the winner here at the Collisionworx Express 101. 39-47 neck and neck as they continue to run down the front stretch. Only a few inches remaining before we have a winner in the Collisionworx Express 101, and for the second time, it will be Don Stevenson winning the 101 here at Talladega Superspeedway, and lots of chaos ensues as they cross the start-finish line.
Salacardi finishes in second, going sideways across the start-finish line. What an exciting ending to an interesting race, to say the least.
Officials going to have their hands full in this one tonight, as lots of cars, lots of bent sheet metal, just all kinds of chaos and melee going out throughout this field. Don Stevenson winning. The Salacardi finishing sideways, crossing the start-finish line sideways. And right now, the score is saying Nathan Sedlak finished position number 3. But these all right now, all unofficial, and number 2, all these guys gonna have to. All this is up for review, and your officials gonna have a lot of review on their hands before this night's said and done with.
Well, I'll tell you wow, that was an interesting ending to a race there. That was, like I said, it was going to be exciting. Like you said, it was going to be exciting, and I told you it was going to be not car lengths. It was going to be hundredths of a second that was going to separate the top winners there, and it surely was. Second place coming across the start-finish line, sideways. It was just something to watch. That was a very interesting finish.
Two incidents and this race under the yellow flag. First involves the number 18 machine that ended up getting sideways coming through turns 1 and 2. Matt set up the 86 of Eric Sharp, ultimately getting into the 89 machine of Ricky Schlick. Schlick just gets his nose cut off down there as the 86 goes spinning into the infield through the backstretch. He's going to end up finishing that race back there. But then really it's all about this finish for the win up front as a 47 and 39 and company just go spinning around. The 47 ends up finishing in front without any damage, but it really all starts around the number 1 of Everett Lane, who gets into the 35 of Nathan Sedlak, and that just starts a chain reaction through the end of this field. And like I said, your guys are going to have a lot to figure out tonight. Don Stevenson, your winner here in the Collisionworx Express 101, part of the CORA Sunday Money Series. When we return, we'll talk to your top 3 drivers and recap what's been a wild race here at Talladega. Stay tuned, race fans. The post-race show next on LSRTV. Half the season officially over now at Talladega Super Speedway. The Collisionworx Express 101 done here on LSRTV with the CORA Sunday Money Series. Don Stevenson finishing first in a shortened race tonight. Sal Accardi second. Nathan Sedlak third. Everett Lane fourth. Martin Porter your top 5. David Wenck, Garrett Atwell, Gary Bauer, Bradley Cooper. Ryan Borges finishes out your top 10 tonight. Michael Whitlock, Mikey Lovis, Dustin Loynes, Ricky Schlick, Richard Holland your top 15. Sean Dower, Charles Starks, Mark McFadden, Jay Anderson, Phil Gary your top 20. Ryan Keese, Eric Sharp, Michael Churchma all finishing on at least one lap down. Michael Graves, Colton Berkey your top 25. David Williams, Gordon Berkey, Preston Boers, Dominic Dyball, John Bansula your top 30. James Brown, Alan Larson, and Joel Wood rounding out your field of 33 tonight here at Talladega Super Speedway. Only one man, though, can stand on top of the mountain, and that man is Don Stevenson in the Coles Wheelberg Truck Center Chevrolet. And Don, what a crazy race to win! But that is your second win here in the the B car series.
Yeah, it really was a crazy one. I mean, You know, just a lot of cautions, a lot of wrecks. A lot of it was mostly just luck trying to avoid it, but we got collected up in one of them in the beginning of the race, but we were able to get the car repaired and able to work our way back up there and get to the finish line.
You were able to really bide your time out there and work your way up to the second win in this car. You're now one of only two-time winners so far in the 2014 Season 4 campaign. And what was the secret to surviving out there? It was definitely an enduro, and you made the most of it. How did you survive it?
It wasn't much secret. I mean, pretty much everyone knows. I mean, when you see a wreck, you just got to try to avoid it. And a lot of it is just making guesses and hope that it's the right call. I mean, there's a couple of wrecks that were right in front of me that was pure luck that I got through it and nothing else. But the way we won the race there is teammate Nathan Sadlick there. I told him, you know, when we got to the outside there, I told him, give me the push of a lifetime, and he sure did.
Unofficially coming home first tonight. This, more importantly, is going to seal your B car championship here in the CORA Sunday Money Series. That's got to be fun. What does the rest of the season look like for you? Gen 6, Indy cars, how do you feel about the rest of the season coming up?
Gen 6, feel very good. You know, I feel like we'll be strong. You know, like a lot like the B car, I feel like we'll be strong in the 1.5 miles and the restrictor plates. I mean, just, you know, it's all luck with those, and hopefully we'll have the same good luck that we had tonight. The Indy cars are going to be a completely different battle because I think I've driven an Indy car once in my life, and it wasn't a very fun experience. So, you know, we'll see how it goes. It'll probably be the same for everybody.
Atlanta next week for the Coles Wheelberg 125. I know you want to put the Coles Wheelberg Truck Center Chevrolet in front. What's it going to take to make it work next week?
Well, it's gonna take a lot like it took at Homestead. It's gonna take a really good setup. It's gonna take my whole team with Storm Motorsports working together, which I know we will, and it's just gonna take some patient driving, some patience, and hopefully we can get her out front and stay there next week.
Don, before I let you go, lots of stickers on the blue and white Chevy tonight. Who makes it work for you?
Well, definitely first, foremost, I'm happy to get the first win for Coles Wheelberg Truck Center. I mean, they've been great for the last couple of weeks. It's awesome having them on board, and hopefully we can bring them a win next week in their sponsored race. I got to thank all the guys with Storm Motorsports. They hooked me up with a great setup here tonight. I qualified like 4th or 5th, and I don't think I've ever qualified better than 15th at a restrictor plate track, so that speaks volumes for their sets and everything. Got to thank my beautiful soon-to-be wife here. She lets me race whenever, and looking forward to the wedding in a couple weeks. That'll be nice. And also thank my parents. You know, Dad helped me with the internet connection here right before we started up, and you know, I know my mom and Dad are watching, and I'm happy that they can watch me bring home a win too.
Win number 2 on the 2014 Season 4 campaign, Don Stevenson and the Coles Wheelberg Truck Center Chevrolet got the lot to celebrate tonight. Congratulations, buddy. We'll see you next week in Atlanta.
Have a good one. Thank you very much, LSRTV and CORA Racing.
Don Stevenson finishing first tonight in the race here at Talladega, the Collisionworx Express 101 to close out the B Series. Sal Accardi finishing second in the Curiel Trucking Chevrolet. And Sal, first question I want to ask you, what went in that last lap? You were one of the cars that ended up going for a ride. You crossed our finish line going sideways. What happened?
I couldn't even tell you. I think we just got touched from behind and got turned sideways.
Definitely a hard way to go out. You were battling all the way up through those last laps as for the lead. You were leading laps. If you had that extra lap, if time hadn't run out and you had that extra lap to compete on, would we have seen a different outcome?
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I mean, we'd had a fast car, but kind of got out there a little too far. They got a run on us on the outside, and was just trying to hold on from there on. Kind of was hoping it would rain.
Sal, right, you came into this race 13th in points. Joel Wood forced to retire early. James Brown forced to retire early. Michael Johnson not qualifying in for the race. You should now be one of the, right now, in the chase for the Cup. You've got the rest of the, you've got the 8 more races to defend that position. What's it going to take to keep you in the 39 team in the chase?
Really just like tonight, just staying out of trouble, missing the wrecks, and just finishing up front. I mean, it's been tough, but we got lucky tonight. Missed qualifying a little bit and worked our way through the field. You know, I got to thank my sponsors, Alex Curio Trucking. I'd like to thank Second Gear Racing. I'd like to thank Fast Lane Racing, CORA. You know, these guys put a hell of a thing together, and we really enjoy racing with them.
Sal, next week you guys go to Atlanta in the Gen 6 cars. What are your thoughts? Are you nervous? Are you excited? Where are we going to see the 39 finish?
Well, hopefully we run good. I mean, when I started running them, that's when I started driving, so I'm kind of used to those cars. So we get a good setup under us. We should run good.
Sal Cardi, driver of the number 39 Curial Trucking Chevrolet. Anyone else you want to thank, buddy?
No, I think we covered all the bases, man. I'd like to thank the fans for watching.
Sal Cardi driving the number 39 Curial Trucking Chevrolet machine tonight, unofficially second. Good run, buddy. We'll see you next week, or to see you in 2 weeks, I should say, in Atlanta.
Thank you very much.
Sal Cardi Jr. finishing unofficially second tonight. Nathan Sedlak right behind him, finishing in position number 3. Nathan, before we talk about anything that happened out there, you were one of those cars that went for a ride at the cross start finish line. What happened?
Well, I'm not sure what happened on there at the end there. It's pretty tight racing, came down to it. I think one of the guys in the lower line moved up a little bit, caught me in the rear, and I collected a couple more. I was fortunate there to get third. Tough race all night long. Got in the wreck early and tried to battle back all night.
You definitely were able to battle back coming into finishing this race in third. You started on the pole, finished finished third. At one point, you were battling for the lead there at the end. The race running out under time instead of laps. If you have that extra lap, if you have that 101st lap here tonight, would we have seen a different outcome?
I don't know. Don and I have been working pretty well together lately. We've teamed up with him and get some good work with him, and it was nice to push him to the end there. I do a lot for teammates and things like that. I don't know if I'd have got back by him or if I'd rather just pushed. Definitely getting up in temperature, so I don't know what would have happened there another lap or so.
Nathan, the season officially halfway done at this juncture. 4 weeks of the Gen 6 car starts in 2 weeks, followed by 4 weeks of the Indy cars. The rest of the season coming up, starting in 2 weeks of Atlanta. How you feeling about it?
Feeling pretty good. Happy to have the D&K Trucking out of Montgomery, Illinois. Happy to have them up there. Running fourth in the points right now, so we're looking pretty good coming into the chase and things. I'm going to have to miss 1 weekend there just before the chase, but we should be okay, and we'll see what happens down towards the end of the season. But like I said, happy to have D&K on board, and if it wasn't for them, I don't know if I'd be out here every week, so they helped me out a whole lot, and I appreciate that.
D&K Trucking on the hood of that red Chevrolet. Who else makes it work for you, buddy?
Guys over here at Storm Motorsports, a couple guys there, and we're working on maybe another team or something like that. Fast Forward Motorsports also, but just hard work by all the core guys all week long. I know it's rough out there, a lot of cautions and things like that, but these guys do work hard, and we're trying to put on a good show. We're learning the best way how. It's unfortunate we got to go through these to get to the good ones.
Nathan Sedlak finishing unofficially third here at Talladega Super Speedway. Good running, buddy. We'll see you in 2 weeks at Atlanta.
Thanks, guys. Look forward to it.
That is Nathan Sedlak finishing third here tonight at Talladega Super Speedway, and that will bring our coverage of the Collisionworx Express 101 to an end here at Talladega. In 2 weeks' time, we will go to Atlanta with the Gen 6 cars for the Coles Wheelberg 125, live from Atlanta, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. You won't want to miss it here on LSRTV. Till then, you can check out all the excitement going on at CORA-racing.com, CORA-racing.com, the home of the CORA Championship Online Racing Association Sunday Money Series. On behalf of my entire broadcast team, our pit road reporter, Jason Stout, my partner in crime, Carl Jones, our executive producer, Laura Lawson, I am Joe Cortez congratulating Don Stevenson on another first place win here in the B Cars. 2 weeks' time, we'll see you back here on the track when we go racing from Atlanta. Until then, good night, everybody.